Hey guys, good evening. Good evening, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing? Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you? How are you? How are you? Good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon. I hope everybody is well. Today is the 7th of August. Like joke. This year. Like joke. This year they go. They go. Now what? Now this year, now they think since so. I they think this year how it say they go quick since so. My people, how are they? Are they see una jare chichi? How are you close? Success Sakwe. Ifi Neka. Marriott, welcome. Oladeji, welcome. Chill Power, Olayinka. Uju, my beautiful, gorgeous sister with the golden voice. Thank you so much. June, thank you. Thank you. I just finished recording a video about this hair. So if you like it, then stay tuned. I'll tell you more about it in a bit. Thank you, Sister Rita. How are you? I hope you are well. I wish I can see without these flipping glasses. I don't want them. They are not allowing me to, to be myself. They are not allowing me to be my gorgeous self. What it be all this? Feel like breaking them, but if I break, I don't go see. I don't go feel read the comment section. I can talk and I can pick out some, but I don't go feel see all. And you see the funny thing I found about wearing glasses. As you they wear them, and I saw your eyes go the bad put. I swear. You go the bad put. Hi. Now wow. Now so old age say they come like joke. Old age go just come. You know, come see road again without glasses. What it be this? I beg. I don't like them, but I won't read comment because the comment is part of the show. You see. So for me to read the comment, I need to wear them. This would you go? I don't like them at all. But if I don't wear them, I'm not go fit see. You like the hair? Who likes my hair? Yeah. We are back to black. Black fringe, yeah? Do you know that hair? Do you know that hair? Now do me well, though. If you're feeling this hair, then you gotta run to Junoda hair. I have a video that I've just done, and I will talk to you guys about it later on this week. About this hair. If you like the look, if you want to go for this look. And I do another thing. There's another secret, but I'm not gonna tell you now today. If you watch that video, you'll see what I did. You know me now. I'm full of surprises, and I like to choke. It choke. I like to choke. So I'm not gonna tell you that now. If you watch that video, you go see what I don't do. I don't do again. Now hair matter. Me, chai. God have mercy. I'm very restless. Welcome everybody. Let's get to business. Please give this video a thumbs up if you have not done so. We are doing a well-being video tonight. Yeah, this show is really about well-being. Yes, from time to time, I like to do well-being because that's the day life. Get good well-being. Waiting, like life not a sweet, and being in a good well-being means that. Thank you, Yetunde. I see you. Neka, how are you, my darling sister? I love you plenty. Thank you. Thank you. Emefa, thank you. Please like the video. So, the expectation or what is good, what we want for ourselves. Now, for us to day in a good physical, that means we dey physically well, we dey physically fit, we're not too big, we're not too tiny, we just dey okay, medically fit. Emotional, that means we dey fit sleep for night, we no get things where they make our heart dey break. You know, get things where they trouble our hearts, where we say wahala every day. Mental, hey, and that one be the oba. Mental. Now the mental, now we don't want to talk about tonight. Mental. Because this our brain, everything where they happen to us, now brain is the fair go. Mind, brain, this our brain. So how your brain? Make I ask you now today. How is your brain? How is your mental health? Now, mental health, we want to talk today. So I need to dialogue with you, my people. How is your mental health? I feel like we need to do a check. We need to be doing check. You know how we say they ask ourselves from time. Africans, we like to greet, especially Yoruba people. And they be the king of greeting, no. Nobody greet past Yoruba. Oh. Yoruba go say, you sleep well. You eat well. You drive well. Share the motor where you eat, no consume fare. Shut up, Jacob. All my Yoruba peeps, hello now. They go say whether the car where you drive, whether I no consume fuel. Ask me, car no consume fuel. Wait, now this you consume. I mean, I water. Oh my God. So the greeting one, I join all those ones. Thank you, everyone. Hey, my looks is tickling everybody today. It's jingling everybody today. Yeah. Looking good is feeling good. For me, if I look good, I feel good. I like to look good. Mm. And that's why I'm always flipping my hair every day. Now change wigs non-stop. I love it. We need to add for our greeting. Let's add, how is your mental health? How is your emotional health? Are you okay? We need to ask because a lot of people feel look physically okay. They dress well, they look good, but mentally they're not there okay. And Africans, we like to hide things, go bury things. I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. I lie, you're not fine, no. Before you know, crap, you don't flip. You don't break down. Before you know, they say, that person don't dey suffer from mental health. You don't colo, you dey hospital. They give am medication. So make we dey check our mental health. How is your mental health? Mentally, are you okay? Things dey wey dey trouble person, oh, and that's what I want to really talk about. But I go first talk about the story of peace. Okay, they call her the Goldilocks of the Hamptons. They don't give her name. Oyibo people now give her name, oh, and this story hits home, my people. It hits home because it's similar to a story that I shared once upon a time. I think it was last year when I told you guys about my friend who lives in the US, this same US in America. Because the thing about the USA, and now I like America for a lot of things, but I don't like America when it comes to health. When it comes to health wise, I not too like Canada because here in the UK where I live, I feel like our healthcare system is better. It's better. Thank you, Monilola. Thank you. This is July. This is August hell. That one that I told you guys, my friends were laughing at me. That one is July has gone. So this is August. August, it's August. We have a meeting. August meeting. All the Igbo people in the house. Igbo Kwenu. August meeting is August. So this there's meeting in August. So this is our head for the meeting this month. Yeah. So my people, please give this video a thumbs up before we get into the story. Yeah, we'll get into it now. Yeah, you remember that story about my friend Stella? I shared the story once upon a time. If you didn't catch it, I'm going to link it at the end of this show so you can see it. Yeah. Our medical system here in the UK is more comprehensive and it's more, for me personally, I feel like it's more humane. It's more people friendly than America. Because for this country, this UK, hardly before you go see anybody where you don't call away, just they walk up and down for streets. It's very, very rare. It's very, very rare. Anytime, it's hard. Even for London, and London is the biggest city in the whole UK. The whole of the UK, London is the biggest city. You know, if they see people just they colo, they walk up and down. No, it's hard. But it plenty for on our side there. Now, because on our healthcare system different from our own. Yeah. Yeah, Stella's story, that one, it break my heart too. I no go lie. Because this is somebody that I know very well. We went to university together. I love her with all my heart. But the matter, as I was preparing for this show, I said, okay, this is a good time for me to give you guys a feedback about Stella's matter. I had to wash my hand off it, unfortunately, because it can't really say you won't pass my power. You know when you won't try to help and they won't come make them as if, okay, basically, first of all, the daughter first contacts me. If you see as the daughter take lambast me, you no go believe. You no go believe say I no even be her mate. She nothing she no tell me finish. Oh, say me, I go to talk in mama matter. Say me, I go to talk, say papa na Muslim. This, that. Say whether Muslim people not be good people. Say, me no even know what they go on. Nothing she no talk finish. I say, I beg, no vessel. I was only trying to help. Your mama no agree here what the mother is not compliant with medication. You know, she's not doing this, she's not doing this. I said, but she's not well. How do you expect her to be compliant with anything? That she's trying to get the legal authority to check her mother into a facility for treatment, and that the thing that she's going to tell me now is that she go and take that video down. I pikin one I know the day where they're born. They talk to me as if we be mates. I say, hey. I look at me, I look at mama, and I look at our relationship. I just overlook. Because on a good day, I know I'm very allergic to disrespect. If you disrespect me, I will treat your fuck up properly. I know they like them, especially from a younger person. If now my mates or person will senior me, I feel see my body fit take and small. But if now small picking can't disrespect me, shy. I know they like them. But I look at mama. I say okay. That one on the side, the family for Nigeria. And that time they can't start. Say me, I go put the matter out there. You see, basically the family were more concerned about people finding out that their sister is ill and medically, you know, she did street for Arizona. They were her story is like this story, very, very similar. So you find out that the way this piece is breaking into homes is the same thing that Stella is doing. Because she's homeless. So they break into people's home. Any house where you see, where people know they go break, enter, sleep. Now they go, they arrest and they go jail, they arrest. And you know, say for another thing I don't like in your system in America is that someone that is medically ill, mentally, in your system in America, they take them to court. Here, they know they carry person where you know they well medically and mentally. They know they carry and go, mentally, they know they carry and go court in the UK. Once they discover somebody like this piece now, somebody like Stella, who is mentally unwell, what they do is that they will call the mental health services to do an assessment. And once the psychiatrists determine that they have no capacity because they've lost they have any kind of diagnosis, whether it's schizophrenia, you know, whatever it is they have, they will just carry them to hospital. But in America, na court now they carry people go. Somebody that is medically sick, how do you take them to court? I don't understand. So now one part of America I don't like that. It doesn't happen here. Yes, NECA. Secrecy for Nigeria. The family, nothing I don't take my eyes. They won't come cause for it. I say, I wanted to help. But now I can see. We are not from the same place. I'm from Edo State. And Stella is from the East. She's from the Far East. So she won't be shown in the mirror. I wanted to help because I love her. And I was not happy with her situation. And guess what, NECA? I found people in Arizona who were on ground. There was a policeman. He's a policeman, a Nigerian man, an Igbo man who came forward. They contacted me. They said, okay, they found her details. They knew the area where she was staying. And they wanted to help to see what they can do to get her. I was even willing to use my own personal money to buy ticket and go to America. That is how much I care. I don't mind. Because the thing that keep playing in my head is that even though she was not well, she's so mentally ill. She still remembered me. She said, she sent somebody say, when you get to London, look for my friend Bridget. Say, so she can still remember me. And then I started seeing the mug shots all the time she's been arrested, all the time they've taken her to jail. She's been in and out of jail. I was like, oh, my heart was broken completely. But when I come see, say, the family in another matter, I say, okay, if it's like that, okay. The brother sent me a very strong message. Me, I have to do this, I have to do that. I said, no, I don't have to do anything. No, you don't tell me I have to do this. This is your blood. She's your sister. What have you done to help her? Why are you telling me I have to do this? No. I said, don't talk to me like that. We are not related. We are friends. And with friends 24 years ago. I graduated 24 years ago from Obafemi Awolowo University. And I knew her then. I've only seen her about twice since we graduated. One in Lagos, and then the other time when I went to America sometime in 2000 and was it 2004 or so. So what are you talking about? Don't mandate me. Anyway, the story is long and complicated, but the bottom line is that I washed my hand off the case because I washed my hands off it because they were going to turn it to another thing. So I just left it. I took the video down and I said, okay, oh, please, oh, to your turn to Israel. Make everybody answer a papa name, I beg. I tell the daughter, I say, okay, she's your mom. Go and help her. I'm no longer involved. And that was it. So when I talk for here, say, women, especially where they say, my children, my children, my children, my children. I laugh, attire. It is well. We love our children, no. Our children, most women, their children is their life. But just know that love yourself first. That's what I would say. Love yourself first. So let me get to the story of Peace Ofoego. So Peace Ofoego is a Nigerian. And she went to America. Let me open it so that see if I can share my screen so that I will read it. I think I sent quite a few because I've been looking into the story. My people, this life, take care of yourself. Oh. Just take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody will take care of you. Look after yourself. And I'm saying this especially to women because we are the primary caregivers. As much as you love your children, you love your family, love yourself. Very, very important, because if you don't love yourself, nobody will love you. I'm telling you. So this is the story of a lady called Peace Ofoego. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Okay, have I got it? Yes. I'm trying to share it too. Where you did now, safe? Not this one. Can't again now. I've opened it here. Let me try and share it because I want to read it and I wanted you guys to read it with me as I am. No, this is not it. That's not it. Where is it? The story of Peace is a sad one, oh, my people. A person no get good health, you no get anything, or àlàáfíà ló ń gbogbo. And it's not only, like I said, it's not only physical health, mental health. Because without the mind, what can your body do? Nothing. Your body cannot do anything, no. I don't know whether this thing they share. It's like it's not sharing the way I want it. Okay. Let me read it from my phone. I'll show you the picture while I'm reading it. I don't know why I cannot share it. I wanted to share it, but it's on the New York, what they call it, New York Post. This is her. That's Peace. Now, this cloth she they wear up and down. Yeah, this is what she wears everywhere. Her name is Peace Ofoego. And the story is that she's in the Hamptons. Yeah. And it says Goldilocks. They tagged her, and our police don't give her name. They say she's the Goldilocks. She's repeatedly caught sleeping at lavish estate at the Hamptons. Yeah. And the article says that Peace Ofoego has been reportedly busted for walking into impressive property in the Hamptons and making herself at home. So what she does is that, because she's not well, she go different, because she's homeless. So any house where she went to this posh area, in New York City or New York State. I don't know if it's New York City, but the place is called Hamptons. And any house, there are a lot of houses that are always massive, posh houses, but there's nobody there. She will just let herself in. So sometimes they will arrest her, sometimes they will let her go, sometimes they will not arrest her. All this started from marriage wahala. Marriage, now lead to this one. So it says that the Hamptons has its own Goldilocks, a woman who's been walking into houses in the posh village of Westhampton Beach. The residents in that area pay as much as $250,000 for a summer rental. My people, not be cheap houses there for this place, so it's not cheap houses. The houses cost. According to the police, in the Westhampton Beach police report says that Peace Ofoego, 32 years old, she's been arrested 3 times for trespassing since the end of May. Although she's entered several properties in the village, in some cases, houses, the owners declined to press charges, according to the police report obtained by New York Post, right? And they said that she was initially spotted as Westhampton Beach on the Memorial Day weekend, when a resident reported to police that a black female wearing black trench coat and sandals was wandering in the backyard of a construction site of a 4-bedroom rental property about a mile away from the village train station. Okay. Peace told the police on the 29th of May that she has no identification, no credit card, because she's recently been robbed while living in Washington. So she was initially living in Washington, D.C. Okay. She said that she traveled to New York City a few days earlier and boarded a train on the Long Island Railroad to Westhampton Beach, a quiet seaside village, about 1,900 residents in that area, to find a hotel room near the ocean, according to a police report. Abeg, person wey no get identification, you no get credit card, you no get money, and you want to rent hotel for one of the poshest areas in the States. That's to tell you that there's something wrong. And that's why, American system, I not to like them. The police, they're supposed to know that this woman is not well, but yet they kept arresting her. How do you arrest somebody without capacity? I don't understand. If it's here, even if they call the police, they will take her and go to hospital. They will put her under the Mental Health Act. They will section her and put her in a psychiatric ward. So that means now that they will go to court and get injunction for her to be sectioned in under the Mental Health Act, and she will be forced to take medication in hospital until she's deemed to be safe and she doesn't pose a danger or harm to herself or to people in the community before they will let her go. Now hospital they go put her. But for America and court, they carry and go. Sad. So make her they read, they go now. More than they look at as they read. After the first suspicious incident, the police report said that they had Peace Ofoego to find a local homeless shelter where she said she wanted to change her computer and transfer funds to an account. But they call her the Star-Skew Wanderer, who is often dressed completely black. Now, black she they wear. She no stay. The shelter they found for her, she didn't stay. The police found a shelter for her because the people that called the police did not want to press charges. Some good people still there, some good people there. And they said days later, on the 2nd of June, a resident found Peace Ofoego in the deck of a sprawling $275,000 8-bedroom rental in a street called Dune Street. So they called the police. This time, the officers charged her with criminal trespass. Yes, they charged her with criminal trespass this time around. See, that first time they didn't charge her. They took her to homeless shelter, but she waka go. My people, Mental health is real. And you know they write letter say they come. Oh. There's an analogy I'm going to state. Man, I no go, please. Don't go, stay. There's something I want to show you guys. Something I always talk about here, which a psychiatrist is the one that told me about this stress buckets. Stress buckets. I have some material I want to show you about that stress bucket today. So they say she passed through an unlocked gate that leads from the beach and entered the house through the unlocked back door, and where she seemed content to lounge while waiting for police to show up. She no even care say they call police. She just relax for house where it not belong to her. The police stated that the subject was staying in a house down the road, and she entered the house, the resident, to ask somebody about a restaurant to eat. So she was looking for somewhere to eat. 2 days later, on June 4th, Peace Ofoego was spotted again, staying in a pool house in another area on the same Dune Road. And this property cost $34,999 a month to rent. Not be to buy you, to rent alone is 34 grand. Let's say 35 grand because it's 34,999 a month dollars. According to the recent listing, that is the cost. And the owner of the home told police that why they wanted to document the incident, that he did not want to press charges. According to the reports, while an officer was attempting to find a local homeless shelter for her, she started walking away. The officer wrote in the report that they warned her that if she kept wandering in the villages and breaking into people's home, that if they catch her again, they are going to arrest her for wandering. She left the area on foot. And let go. Inside this hot, scorching summer, you know, see the trench coat where she wear? You know, see the hat where she carry for head? Now, person where they okay. Now you go dress like this for this hot summer. We are going somewhere. They said that Peace Ofoego spends most of her days on her feet. She's always walking through the village, along the beach. Sometimes she wears the black trench coat and a black knit hat under this blazing afternoon sun. And since she showed up in the village, it's a very serene village where many residents don't bother locking their doors. Police have started advising people to please lock their door. Yeah. And they said that in a forum, a Facebook forum for this West Hampton Beach Community Forum, the Facebook residents have reported several sightings of Peace Ofoego in the village back roads, on main streets, on a gazebo, and several other areas where people go to for summer, fun times in the marina. They saw her dancing on one occasion in the early morning of May. And they are saying that so far, Ofoego has largely refused to any support that they've offered her by the police. According to the New York Post, they are saying that although she reportedly sometimes reach out to locals when she finds herself in a mud. So a few weeks ago, she met a woman in Lidl store asking for help. One of the residents said that she needed money to pay for groceries. And as I was handing her some cash, which she took, a man who may have been the store owner asked her to leave. I felt sorry for her. I hope she gets the help that she needs. Now, so it's on and on and on. Another local person said that the village courtroom, they saw her, and when she was charged for trespassing earlier in the month, she already has 2 counts and 2 court appearances in the village, and that's July 6th and July 13th, according to the village justice clerk. And at both hearings, she didn't show up. And she refused a public defender and said that she intends to defend herself. Her trespassing case was adjourned. Somebody said that they saw her in court the other day, and she was arguing with the judge. And the person said that she seemed angry with where she is in life and with the system. Ultimately, it seems like she's looking for a place to sleep. But of course, you never know what she might do, and it's not acceptable to break into people's homes. Does she truly want help in finding some sort of shelter? Is she doing this as a cry out for help? They say, I don't know. But I felt compelled to help her the other day in court. That's what the person said. And they served her with a subpoena the other day for a court appearance for another one again. And she kept yelling and telling them that I will sue you. I will sue you, according to the police reports. Some of the residents said they've approached her and they said that they were frustrated because they couldn't help her. And one of the residents described her as someone that is reticent. She's reticent. Okay, let me get to the part about her origin. So on Monday, the Post spotted Ofoego walking through the parking lot of a local firehouse carrying a colorful beach bag. She told a reporter that she was born in Nigeria. She has lived in the US for 13 years. She said she initially came to the US when she was 19 years old. So she came to the US at 19 and she settled down in Los Angeles, an area called Baton Rouge, where she began studying medical sciences at Southern University. Yeah. She said that her father is a journalist in Nigeria and that she was educated at boarding schools in Nigeria before coming to the US. She said she has left an abusive husband. This is a good time to put the picture of the husband that I found. Okay, this is the picture. She said she left an abusive husband in Florida and made her way to Washington, D.C. Then from there, she went to New York City, where she was pushed. She said she was violently pushed in the subway stairs in May. But they said that, the Post said that they cannot find any record. Of course, she will not report it. She's not well. What do you expect, that she will call the police? Does she have a phone? She said that her parents are in Nigeria and they are aware of her predicament but could do nothing. Peace said that all I want is some simple kindness from strangers. This is what she said as she walked away, but no one cares about me. No one cares about me. She says she has no friends or family in Long Island. She has only one relative in Louisiana, an aunt. But when the police called the auntie, her name is Ugo Onyenechukwu. Ugo, that's the name of the auntie. The auntie told the police that Ofoego was moving around looking for a location where she could regain custody of her children who are currently in California. Mona, listen, she's looking for custody of her children after she left an abusive marriage. It is not clear how many children Ofoego has, but in November 4th, 2020, police in Colorado, Florida stopped her for failure to register a motor vehicle. Now, that's say not be today the problem starts. So, can you see? This is 2020. So you cannot tell that it's not today that this Wahala started. She's been in this problem for some time. So the police said that they stopped her in 2020 for failure to register a vehicle. So that means she was driving a car that was not registered. Yeah. And according to the Orange County court record, she has seven juvenile passengers in the car. 7. So that means it's either somebody gave them their children or she alone has 7 children with that man. Police said that she produced a foreign passport, a Nigerian passport, as identification, and she failed to show up when she was arraigned. The arraignment, because now they will always charge her to court, but she didn't show up. Again, there's another record that in 2017, she was stopped by police in Lake County in Florida, and she was charged with driving without a license. And again, she claimed that she has never had one. So she just dey drive around for America. She no even get license. But she told the police that she's lived in these several areas in Florida over the last few years. She worked in some places, and her husband worked in another company. She met her husband in a cleaning company where they met. And the husband's name is Hudson. He's 40 years old now. I'll put in picture again. Mona dey see am. He's 40 years old. And this man called Hudson has been charged previously in 2017 with resisting arrest and assaulting a Florida cop. He was sentenced to 11 months in prison. This is what the court record shows. So nice convict, now the man be. His name is Marquis Duval Hudson. And after he was charged with that offense, a year later, Peace Ofoego told the police that he had assaulted her as well, that he struck her. So, of course. And it was when she was pregnant. She said that it was a day after Christmas in 2018. And she called the police. She said she's had a fight with Hudson while they were putting cleaning supplies in a storage. And that the man was accusing her of trying to leave the country. And the two of them got into an argument, and Marquis grabbed her. He grabbed her by her throat and began to choke her. She told the police that she's been having trouble breathing and nearly passed out. Police come ask and say whether the man fit delete her, this Hudson guy. And she said yes. That is what the police recorded. Oh. All this is from police report. Oh. And they said that he was aware at that point that she was pregnant. So Hudson was charged. The husband was charged to court for domestic battery of a pregnant female. But my people, make una see how mental health stay bad you. Make una see. The day they charged him to court, she failed to show up. She didn't show up. They charged him to court over what he did to her because he battered her, tried to choke her while she was pregnant. Police charged the man to court. Peace no show up. She failed to show up in court to provide testimony, and the case was thrown out. That's what the court record shows. So finally, they said that in West Hampton Beach, Ofoego's final encounter with the police took place on June 24 this year. And they say it's a quintessential beachfront estate. All those fine farm wine. Maybe say you go hardly see our type for there. Posh Oyibo people. Hollywood celebrities. In fact, they name some people they live for that area. Very rich, people, celebrities. 7-bedroom house that was listed for rent at $280,000 for July and August. Guess what Peace do? She break into the home. It was this 2-story building, and the owner was inside. So the owner was startled and called the police to arrest her. But when they were processing the paperwork at the house, the owners, they were processing the paperwork at the beach police department later that evening. Ofoego told police that she's been mistaken, that she wasn't trespassing. She said she's not trespassing, no. Hmm. You see, mental health. You enter person house when not be your house, you say you know trespass, but of course we know say. That's why I'm saying all this to say that everything about this woman's situation demonstrate that she's not with it. She's lost her mind. She's suffering from some mental breakdown. But they kept calling police to arrest her. Obviously, somebody, if a stranger breaks into your house, of course, you will call police to arrest her. She said she went into the house to look for a renter because she's looking for a renter. She said, she was telling police, she said, you just want to arrest me. All I did was to look for a renter. My people, it's sad. And it brings home the story of Stella, and wow, this was harder than I thought. I didn't know it was going to be so hard to read this. It rings home. Yeah, it rings home. Mental health is real. There's a thin line between good mental health and mental breakdown. 7 children, only her in an abusive relationship with a man, and now where it need be this. So when peace they go US, she was okay. Oh, say papa na journalist, a renowned journalist. She was not ill. Oh, when she come out from Nigeria, she went to medical school. A medical school she go for America. She was okay. This is what happens when you stay in an abusive relationship for too long. Why am I sharing this story tonight, guys? I'm sharing it to let you know that there's a thin line. You get what you go take, where you go fit take. At a point, you no go fit take them again. Mentally, you go break down. When you break down, you no go know the difference between reality and what is not reality again. So that brings me to every time I've told you guys about what a friend of mine, it's actually a family friend, told me about. Never heard about it before. He told me because he's a psychiatrist and he's a consultant. So he knows he knows what he's talking about. Me, I'm not the expert. I'm not a mental health person. But when a psychiatrist who is a consultant psychiatrist is talking, he was trained in Nigeria as a doctor. He came here and qualified as a psychiatrist. He told me about this thing called stress buckets. And I want to share it with you guys tonight. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want to learn something. Yes, this is harder. I'm trying to control myself not to cry. It's so painful. Yeah, it's very, very painful. Yes. The reason why it's so painful to me is because I can relate to it because of Stella's story and also because of my sister's story. Those of you who heard my sister's story that I shared here, how I lost my sister in a marriage. Her own didn't get to this point, obviously, because it was in Nigeria. And we took her, but she still didn't make it. She didn't make it. She had a mental breakdown, and that led to her. She lost her life. Yeah, so it hits home harder than I thought. So, all this gloom, misery, pain, what good can come out of sharing this story? The only good I see that can come out is if we are able to save one person, just one person out there from suffering from the same fate, like Peace, like Stella, like my sister Modube. That is the only good thing. So, This stress bucket. Thank you, Annie. Thank you. I'll drink water. I will. Thank you. It's hard. It's really hard. Seeing someone with hopes, with dreams, aspiration, and they just lose it. Ah, you wonder. It's very, very painful. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, what lesson can we learn from it? Let's move on. So this is a stress bucket. And I want you people to please Google it because you might not see it properly here. So basically, my layman's understanding of this stress bucket is that in our mind, there is a bucket. Put it this way. Everything that goes into your mind or your brain, let's say is a bucket. What are you filling your mind with? What are you filling your brain with? I think it's more of mind, not brain. Mind, right? So the analogy is the stress bucket analogy. So let's say it's a bucket, right? The things that cause you anxiety, pain, unhappiness. So things like relationship, financial issues. For those of us who live in the diaspora, people don't have paper. You are looking for a spouse, you don't have a spouse. Children, wahala, you are looking for a child. People in Africa, maybe, sustenance, you don't have money to pay your school fees, you don't have rent and things like that. Money for your daily upkeep. So it's about money, relationship, all these things. Let's say they are taps. You see all these taps? And they are flowing into the buckets. So lack of sleep is there at the top there. You see lack of sleep. Family and relationship issue is here. It's flowing into the buckets. These are all the things that will take your good mental health. You have health challenges. You have any kind of health problem. Those are things that cause you stress. Financial pressure, poor diets, you have work problem, So there is a limit here. You see the bucket, it has different levels, right? So if you are down here, this first one down here, guys, please pay attention. This is important. It means you are relaxed. You are relaxed here. The second one up here is that you are coping. You are still coping, all right? The third one here, you become stressed and you are anxious. So anxiety don't come in here. So if you do not manage this stress and anxiety that are coming as a result of all this tap where you open for this bucket, where they your brain, so it gets to this last one. It becomes overflowing. You become overwhelmed. How do you manage this bucket from overflowing? So how do you release some of this thing? One bucket is water flowing. Let's say this is it. These are all taps. They are flowing into the bucket, right? So you don't want the bucket to be full because if this bucket full, wahala dey o. How you can release some of these is these are your coping, how you will take cope. And if you scroll through, having good time management is there. Taking time to relax with your friends and family. That one, I love that one. You don't know, today, I've had a long day today. I've been to a 50th birthday party today. I've been to church. These are all the things that you use to distress. Hanging out with old friends, family. People have different ways that they relax. Some people is travel. Some people is going. Yesterday, I went to a spa where a Moroccan bath where they scrub my skin from head to toe like this. I felt like I feel like a momo. But people have different ways that you need. Make I come out this thing, not gonna see me. Because I want to stress this point. You absolutely need to have a way to release some of this stress. You must. If you don't have a way to release some of this stress from this bucket, you will reach the peak. And when that bucket overflow, mental head down. Now you go hear say they say person kolo. Now be peace story. So see, a lot of times, we women especially, would they feel say we can handle anything. We say, I'm strong, I'm strong, I'm strong. Nobody's strong, oh. My people. I'm strong, I'm strong, I'm strong. You are losing it. You don't know. You don't know. You won't talk to anybody. You think I'm strong, I'm strong, I'm strong. People that when people lose it, someone like peace now, they don't know. You don't suppose where they mad, where tell you say, you go even tell you where they normal say, you when you know mad, you go tell you say, if you tell and say you they mad, you go say now you they mad. Now you self they mad. Mad people know they don't say that they mad though. So the whole point of that bucket analysis is teaching us how to release some of this tension, anxiety, stress. How do you manage it so that it doesn't overflow? Hmm? Taking time to enjoy yourself. Enjoyment is good. Some people are allergic to enjoyment. No, they cannot enjoy. You don't even know how to enjoy. Enjoyment has a place in your mental well-being. If you don't enjoy, so people like to exercise, for instance. You like to work out, you like to exercise, practicing mindfulness, taking time to be with friends, doing things that you enjoy. So when you begin to do all these things, bottom line here, it go to reduce the stress in your bucket. Then you have space again. If you start filling up, you go to reduce. The whole analysis about this stress bucket is that you need to continue to release the stress. So let me read it to you guys. It says that as we worry over a long period about things like exam, money, relationship, work, stress can start to build up and we feel overwhelmed. It is overwhelming. And the stress bucket theory relates to our stress filling up and gradually overflowing. And when this happens, it's very important that you empty the buckets, or at the very least, reduce the amount of stress inside. That water, just change the water to stress. That water is not water, it's stress. So the bucket is filling up. If you do not diffuse it and you don't find a way to release some of those stress, it go overwhelm. You go there overwhelmed. So that is what this thing is just. I say it all the time, and I see it's a very simple way to understand mental health. It's very, very useful. So it says that if you can't do this, we can start to experience symptoms such as mood swings. You find yourself, you that is usually very bubbly and happy, all of a sudden now you snap at your children, you snap at everybody, you are unhappy, you are moody, you're feeling depressed. It's because your stress bucket is full. Or other feelings that will manifest themselves in mental health illness. Yes. So the smaller the bucket is, the more vulnerable you are to stress. So if they fill up, the more it fills up, the more you are more vulnerable. So you need to keep emptying it. Keep emptying it. Keep emptying it. Do everything you can to empty it. If it's prayer, you know how to do. If it's walking, you know how to do. That's like walking or go for a walk. Not walk for money, like go make money. Or anything you need to do, you have to find a way to reduce the stress in that bucket. So in this sense, the bucket can be thought of as a stress vulnerability bucket. As the bucket fills up with stress, it shows our capacity to cope. If the bucket overflows, too much stress is experienced and problems can develop. I don't know how else I can explain this thing. It's as simple as ABC. You don't need to be a mental health expert. You don't need to be a physician or psychiatric to understand it. It's simple. You don't even need to go to school to understand them. It's simple. See, this is stress. Let's say this is stress. This is buckets. If you reach here, you are coping. If you reach here, you don't build up. So you must find a way to reduce them. See the water? If you don't reach here, you are in trouble. You don't feel a lot of anxiety. Your mental health don't go. You don't know. So it's telling us that this bucket, let's say this cup is the bucket, as it is full. Now stress they full am. Find a way to puncture this thing so that the stress go to release. As the stress they release, you feel better, you'll be more happier. You know, some of the stress go to leave your body. Unfortunately, for peace, I don't know whether to say it's too late for her, but it's so heartbreaking that a young, only 32 years old woman is roaming around in America. The father is in Nigeria. Maybe the mother is alive. She's in Nigeria as well. Imagine. Hmm? Imagine. Just imagine that she was your sibling. She's your family member. So the lesson from that is that, my people, everybody get breaking points. So, yes, everybody get breaking points. We need to find a way to cope. If na marriage, in the analysis of peace on na marriage, na in litoramo, say get 7 children. Police said they saw her with 7 children. One woman, 7 children in America. The day with man where be say they hold him neck, they beat her up and down. She couldn't cope. And you know why she stayed that long? I'm sharing my link in the comment section, guys. My link is in the comment section if you've got something to say. This is very, very important that we advise ourselves, we admonish ourselves why we need to take care of ourselves. She stayed too long. She stayed in an abusive relationship for too long. For one reason or the other. Maybe go say, my children know, where will I start from? Oh, I no get paper. Or police say she no register car. She dey drive car up and down. She no get license. Maybe she dey feel say, okay, I no get paper for America. Where I want start from? Sometimes, if you are thinking of where to start from, you can start from the beginning. Oh. I say it all the time that some people that feel like, oh, I have nowhere to start from. I don't know what I will do. Instead of you to live in a diaspora until you lose your mind, sometimes it's even better to go back to Nigeria. People have gone back to Nigeria and their life have been transformed. Yes, I know Nigeria is not the best of places to go to, but instead of you to lose your sanity in the diaspora, it's better for you to go back home. Our people, they always say it, when you cannot go forward, you can go backward. Oh. If you don't know where tomorrow is leading you to in the diaspora, that you feel like, I've done everything I can, it's out of my head, I don't know what to do. You prayed, you fasted, you are in a relationship, every day is cry. Children are dragging you paper, you don't have work, you don't have school, you came to go. Even the school, papa, you didn't finish it. Go back home. Yes. Your parents are there, your mom is there, they will hold you, they will embrace you. A young lady came to this show one time. She was in Brazil. Imported wife. I told her, I said, and she's from a well-to-do family. And she married a man who was interested in transgender women. I say, go back home. Go back home. Go and meet your parents. She said, no. What would they say? This, that. You see? Wait till they kill us for Africa. For Nigeria especially. What will people say? So, next time when you think of what will people say, think of peace. Think of peace. What will people say? What people say? Everybody get breaking point. Everybody get a point that you get to that stress bucket go overflow. And the bottom line is that once that stress bucket, once you overflow, you don't lose your mind. 9 peace come they walk up and down, go. Oyibo neighborhood, when they don't even they see black people, they break into people's home every day. Then they arrest them. She they beg up and down. She's still saying that she's looking for a way to take her children. As she lose her mind now that she's walking around now in the Hamptons now, they've giving her a name. They don't call her. They say she's the Goldilocks. That's the name. The New York Post, they gave her a name. The children, are they not living? Are the children not living? Yeah. You need to live to live. Thank you, Sister Oju, for joining us. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Obodo Farm. Good evening, Sister B. You look very beautiful.
Thank
My
you.
dear, this story, it wake me. Oh, I'm here in America, and like you rightly said, yes, there are lots of mentally handicapped people here in America. If you go to the downtown, if you go to downtown, you see a lot of them homeless roaming around.
Yeah. We
I
don't
don't
have that here in the UK.
Yeah, I don't think they have good facilities for them, like inpatient or where they can stay for a long period of time. They don't have it here because I can attest to that. Each time I go down that area, I know the area because my friend and I used to do our outreach there, feeding the homeless. And what we do is they stopped it now. What we do is we just drive down, we, get food for them. We make sandwiches, make sure we have water, and we drive down there. And when we come, you see them lined up. They're all lined up in line. What we do, we normally pray, God, please, whatever we bring, at least let it be enough for the people there. And I realize that most of them have mental issues. Most of them have, different kinds of mental illnesses. But because they leave them in shelters, they don't have enough shelters. Most of them are roaming around the area. Sometimes when I travel there during winter, you see them lying outside, by the roadside, covered up during winter. We don't have enough shelters. I live in Las Vegas, so maybe some states are more better than us, but we don't have enough shelters for them. And the story of peace just broke my heart because that's exactly what is going on. It's normal here. When I did my mental health rotation, I worked in I did my rotation in an outpatient psych clinic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a facility. So I get to meet some of my patients one on
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
and I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with them one on one. I realized that some of them, like a young lady said that she likes to be homeless, that she chooses to be homeless. I'm like, why? She said because of stress, life stress. She
Hmm.
cannot handle stress, that she used to be a normal person. She had to deal with working, she had paying her bills, children. She said she
I've
lost.
heard that before.
Yeah,
I've heard that before. Somebody
really.
told me in America that some of them are deliberate. They prefer to be on the streets.
Yes, this lady told me that because I'm like, you're very, you look healthy, there's nothing wrong with you. She's like, no, I choose to be homeless. She
So
said,
is it easier to be out there sleeping outside where you are at risk of being attacked and anything can happen to you? Is that easier?
exact, I don't understand.
That's
She
where
said that
that's where you know that the person that is even talking gone, they are
there's
not all
something
right.
wrong. Exactly. She
Mhm.
said that she tried it before. She lived a normal life before, but she, she couldn't handle it. The stress was so much. So she decided to. And some of these people are on drugs and all that. So what they do is during winter, they start seeking shelter. So that's where what you said, going to court, comes in, because they'll now try to present that they are mentally unstable, that they need a place to stay, and all that. So once the court gives them approval, then they can come to that mental home facility and stay during winter, because it's cold. Once winter is over, they leave because of stress. They can't handle normal life. So, what is my advice to people going through stress? Let me tell you, what I've learned in this life is to cut your coat according to your size. Mind what you can handle. When I came into this country, I see people, oh, I work 3 jobs, I work 4 jobs. What are you working 3 jobs for? You know? And I remember, and I'll never forget what my husband told me. My husband told me it's not the amount of money you make, it's how you take care of the one that you make. You see some people working 2, 3 jobs and you see the way they live. They are buying things they cannot afford.
Hmm.
In order to be able to afford that lifestyle, they have to work. Let me
Yeah.
give you an example. You see two people working the same job,
Yeah.
you know. One will go and charge her card to buy Gucci or Coach handbag or whatever, Louis Vuitton, for
Yeah.
10,000. And then Another one will go to a lesser shop to buy a bag for $100. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See where the priority is. That one buying bags for $100 will have a home, a beautiful home that she can afford. That
Mm.
one purchasing things on credit and working two jobs will not even have any investment in her name.
Yeah.
See, it depends on what your priority
So
is.
some people, I mean, we're not talking about peace now. You're just saying generally that some of our people put undue pressure on themselves because they want
Which
to keep up
causes
with, they want to keep up
ex
appearances.
exactly, which causes not about peace, which causes stress. We are talking about stress,
Mm.
when you know your credit card that you've maxed out your credit card and you have to pay it, you have to get jobs. And once you start working all those jobs, that is stressful. Most times your body can't handle it. So another way to cut down stress, cut your coat according to your size. And
Hmm.
when you go to sleep, you can sleep peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is just like an example in Nigeria, Ashebi everywhere. You know you cannot afford this friends Ashebi for 100,000. You know you cannot. But because of what people will say, what my friend will say, you go and borrow money
Mm-hmm.
just to show up. At
Hmm.
night, you will not be able to sleep at night, though. That is another stress on your neck. Because you have house rent to pay. Now you have Ashebi. Next week, another person will have a wedding. You want to get another Ashebi. So what am I trying to say? Ways to cut down on stress. Please, just
And
go
you're
for
talking
what you
about
can
financial
afford.
stress now.
Yes, my dear. Yes. Go with what you can afford. I've learned I don't impress anybody. I cut my coat according to my size.
Hmm.
And I don't
But
have
I mean,
stress.
this particular one, I hear you, my sis. I hear you. I understand what you mean perfectly. But we're talking about relationship stress here now,
Okay.
with reference to peace.
Yes. You see, Peace is married to from the name, is married to a Black American.
No, I hear that the guy is from Caribbean or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, the
Somebody
name.
said, yeah, somebody said is I don't know. They called the name of the place. Yeah, it's from one of these Caribbean countries. I don't know.
Exactly.
Mm,
That is when you deal with interracial and marriage, is having an understanding. If
mm,
you're in an abusive relationship, okay, this man almost choked her, almost by her. My dear, you need to seek help.
mhm,
Don't stay in that relationship. She allowed
mm.
this. And another thing is, people, God gives children, no, but when you have children, please be wise,
Yeah,
especially if you don't have a supportive partner. If you
yeah.
are the only one taking care of these children, 7 children for
That's
one
what we're saying
person.
the other day now when Jenny came on this show and told us her story about her father that has 9 children. People started saying, oh, they were saying, Jenny, your own is even good. My dad is 12 children. My own is
Yeah,
10 children. I say, yeah.
that is stress on its own.
Yeah.
Growing up in
Yeah.
Nigeria, we had help. We have help. We had helps to help our mothers.
In
But
America,
here in
7 children
America,
by yourself. How the
it's
person no go
you.
no how the person no go how the person no go get problem?
You go
How is
go
it possible to
local.
cope mentally?
You can't handle it. It's too much.
One person. Ah,
I tell you, two is even a problem, not to talk of 7. And you're the only one. Hey,
I
my
finally
dear.
understand why some Oyibo no dey born, my sister.
They don't
There's
know.
a
They'll tell you.
reason.
When I came to
Hmm.
this country, that was it's so stressful to have kids. I say this Oyibo people,
Yes.
they don't
Now I
understand
finally
that.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in
They,
Africa, why would they Nigeria would they look and say, are these people okay? How person go just they no born? There's a reason. You get why, according to social media people, you get why.
and now I understand now. It's
Yeah.
very
The
expensive here in
life in the
America.
West is not set up that
Right.
way for you to have children and have so many children and you will still be okay without any kind of support, family. There's no extended family like we have in Nigeria. There's no house help. You don't have anybody. It's only
True.
you and your partner.
And do you know how much you pay for childcare? Childcare
That's why,
alone.
my dear. It gets why. It gets why.
And
Thank you,
you
my
can't say,
sister.
my neighbor, please watch my kid. Let me go to work. They'll say,
Not
are you
true.
kidding
So
me?
how many? Where you want start from? How many? Now 7 children. One watch. How do you even tell somebody to watch? You know what happened in those situations? The older ones become carers. They can't watch the younger ones, which is another problem again.
Yeah, you know, in
So,
the comment section the other time, I talked about a woman in America that had 19 children. You know, they had a show, 18, and her goal is to have 20 kids. And you know
oh,
what
okay.
happened? Is the older ones that are taking care of the younger
Of
ones.
course. Of
And
course.
now, my
Mm-hmm.
dear, years ago, they had a scandal. The show, the show is no more. They found out that the older boy was abusing the younger girls.
Of course.
You
Not
see?
today. Not
So
today.
it's like we have to be. Thank you for having me. Oh. I
Thank
hope
you,
I'm
Sister
able to
Ojo.
contribute.
Really, really appreciate you. Yeah, we got so many people in the studio, so we're just gonna run through it tonight because the story, it touched me. It really, really touched me. It hits home. Bibi, you're welcome.
Sister B, um, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just take this. Just one Nita said, mental illness is oftentimes the reason why women stay in abusive relationship. A lot of people don't even know why they have mental illness. It can be invisible and show up in situations that I mobilize. But I think it's the other way around. Is people don't mental health is not the reason why people stay in relationship. When people stay in abusive relationship, then they develop mental health. So I'm thinking it's the other way around. Not they don't stay in abusive relationship. The reason why they even develop the mental health issues in the first place, in the case of this piece of Ofoego now, is because she stayed in a relationship that was abusive. She didn't have mental health when she got married to the man. She was all right. She was in medical school. She probably didn't finish. I'm sure her father sent her to US to go to school. Like most Nigerian parents who send their children to America to the West. She didn't finish for whatever reason. She got met this guy, started relationship, started having children. School she didn't finish. Work, she doesn't have a good work now. Too many children. Stress buckets all the way up. And mental breakdown imminent. So I think it's the other way around. Thank you, Bibi. Continue.
Yes, Sister B, first and foremost, I know this is a very, very deep topic. Obodo Farm, good afternoon, I salute. I have to give you your flowers. You look beautiful. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. You look
Thank you.
gorgeous, even with a very deep topic. Thank you so much. I'm always very soft-hearted towards mental health situation because I have seen it around me. I live in California, and believe me, the ring system shows you how bad it is when people just come to your door at 2 a.m. in the morning, ring the bell, and then they walk away. They're not looking for anything, but you know that no sensible person would do that. In this lady's situation of having so many kids, as a woman, when you give birth to a child, your body takes at least 2 years to recover and to be sane. At least 2 years. So if you have 7 kids, you need at least 2 years in between before you get that. It's not a child's play. It's not a walk in the park. No matter how easy the
Not
delivery
to talk
was.
about the postpartum depression that comes with it.
Exactly. And then in the United States, where you don't have help, if you don't bring your family members here, you do not get help. It's as simple as that. When I had my daughter and I decided to stay back at home, I had lots of people pointing fingers at me. But my husband was my coping mechanism and said, you know what? If this is what you want to do and this is going to bring you peace of mind, then forget about the naysayers, because at the end of the day, you know what you want. Until tomorrow, I have no regrets. I may not have gone to all the weddings or been invited for so many things, but there's nothing as going to bed at night, sleeping well and sleeping good. And I'm so happy you shared that stress bucket, because that stress bucket goes beyond. Mental health affects our weight. It affects
Yes.
our immunity. It
Oh yeah.
affects our endocrine system, our internal organs. It
Oh yeah.
affects our heart. It affects so many
It affects
things.
everything. Yeah.
It affects everything. So you cannot itemize one and say, no, it is not going to worry me here. No, it affects everything.
How do you
And
even look
this,
after children when you are sick mentally?
sis, even one child, if you do not handle it well, can blow you out of the water. One. I'm not even talking about two. Only one can blow you out of the water. So you can imagine what this lady was going through. And then, first and foremost, kudos to her for coming out here to read a medical program. She must have had the brains.
Yes.
Her father did not throw away that money, saw all the potentials in her, and decided to invest in her. So she was a hothead. She fell into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
And this is the story. And I just looked at the guy now. The guy served time as well.
Oh,
the guy was in prison.
Yeah.
So he was abusive.
Somebody that can assault a police officer. Who
yes.
are you?
Yes.
What can they not do to an ordinary Benkele woman like that?
Exactly.
Your American police, you know how they are now. They got
job.
They don't carry any. They don't carry anything.
And then if you have our color of skin, that is double red flag for you. Nobody go even look your face. Then if you don't have anybody that is going to be there for you, that even makes it worse. And in this lady's situation, obviously, she didn't come to her. Sister B, I will tell you the cold truth. Nigerians can be very cold to each other, but for a reason. Everybody wants to mind their business and not be mentioned in a situation. If na party, all of us go join body.
But that's what I kept asking BBMJ. I said, is this she not from a community in Nigeria?
Nobody. I can sit down here and
her
tell
auntie
you,
says that she's walking around, looking for a way to get her children. Is there nothing? Somebody put something in the comment section and said that in America, because of rights, except somebody is willing to, to get
forget
help,
about the rights.
But here, the difference between America and Europe is that here, if you have mental health illness and a psychiatrist has come to see you, they assess you and they deem you as somebody who lacks capacity, all they need to do is to go to court and get an injunction. You don't have a right to say, I'm going, I'm not going. They go, now I'm not bad, they go to carry you, go hospital.
Okay, Sister B, it doesn't work like that here. And I will tell you this.
In your country, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
So you still have right to say, I'm not going.
Yes. I have a friend. The younger brother went to jail for arson. And this was someone that was diagnosed with schizophrenia. He served time 10 years for arson, accidental arson. He burnt down a house. But this guy his record was there that he was not completely okay. But
so here, they will not send somebody who is mentally ill.
No.
If there is a diagnosis that is medically proven that you've got a mental, you will not go to jail.
No.
You go to hospital. They can send you to a hospital where they will lock you up in the hospital and you may not come out for years. You'll be receiving treatment, but nobody sends somebody that is session or somebody that is mentally unwell to jail.
Sister B, we have prisons here that accommodates them. And I tell you that in this comment section, there are sisters here, there are nurses here that work in those facilities and take care of those people. And they see it regularly. So for this situation, and another thing that is so important to point out, the county is not going to pick up the medical bill or whatever bill that is attached to this situation. Because by the time the police cuffs you and takes you to jail, somebody has to fit that bill. The county is not ready to do that.
Okay, our system is different because our own is not, we don't have medical insurance and all that.
No.
So people who work will pay, they will take it from their salary. And if you don't have a job or you are medically unwell to work, then our own money will work for you.
No, this one is not free. Somebody has to pay for it. And if it's not going to pay the county, they're not going to get anything out of it. Why will they get into it? And so you have
that's why you see so many people that are mentally ill roaming around in America.
When you have the time, Sister B, look up something called Skid Row. It's in Los Angeles. It is worse than Ted Joe Show. When you get there, you'll be asking yourself, is this the America that they say so is supposed to be flowing with gold and silver? The Skid Row is laced up with people that have situations. I'll tell you one little story. I used to work in the bank a few years ago, and I had a customer that was on the streets. What caught my attention with this guy? He would come in, he knew all his numbers in his head, so he carried nothing. And the first time I had to serve him, I opened his account and I was blown away. I looked at this man. I started talking to him. He spoke very well. And I looked at him again and I called my colleague. I said, I'm not seeing double, am I? Sister B, this man was stupendously wealthy, far cry from what he looked like. He was stupendously wealthy. And I asked him, I said, I don't mean to pry, but why is your look not reflecting what I'm seeing here? And you know what this man told me? He said, because I don't want the government to trace me. He used to be a veteran. He used to serve in the military. He said, I just want my money deposited and I don't want my family members to collect money from me.
So was he living on the streets?
He was living on the streets. He was homeless. He looked harsh. He looked ragged. He looked terrible. But religiously every morning, he will come in the morning to take out money for breakfast, come in the afternoon to take out money for lunch, and come in the evening as we're closing to take out money for dinner. And that was how he lived his life. When I got pregnant and I was about to leave the banking industry, this man gave me a gift. This man was sound. His head was complete.
And he chose to live on the streets.
But he chose to live on the street. And I see, Sister B, there are a lot of them like that.
Where does he sleep?
Oh, he sleeps on the road. Look, they have homeless shelters.
No, nobody can be okay and they are sleeping on the road.
Sister
I don't
B,
think they are okay.
Oh, they may have their moments of insecurities and
I don't believe that anybody can be sane and you are sleeping on the road.
Well, not on the road the way you and I know it. So for on the road can be a shelter home that they go to sleep. And in the morning, they wander around. In the evening, they go back. Now, some of those women don't want to go in there because they get a lot of abuse in those shelter homes. So they do provide them with things like that. And then they do have places that they're encamping. They set up their tents. They sit down there. I have a lot of them close to where I'm living.
So
you see them there.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Bibi. I understand your point. Yeah. Thank you for your contribution. Unfortunately, I have to move on because of time. We've got so many people waiting. I don't want it to be a generic discussion, guys, please. I understand the point that everybody, Uju was making that point. Bibi has made that point. Yes, there's a lot that is happening in the US concerning your healthcare, your medical system, but we're not talking about the US medical or healthcare system. I'm talking specifically about this woman, Peace Ofoego, one of our own, a Nigerian, who went with her two left leg to go to America. This is the person we are talking about. And we are talking about the impact of abuse, what it can lead to if people don't take action to safeguard themselves. So that is where I want to focus the conversation on, because American issues is plenty. I don't want to go into that. I understand where you guys are coming from, but please, let's narrow it down to this woman. All right? Thank you so much, Uncle Ade. Ekurole, sir.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Oh, my sister, you look radiant. You look beautiful. Always.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for allowing me for the platform. And hello, Obodo, Omo Naijas, everywhere. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening.
Thank you.
Greetings to everyone. Sister, I love this topic, and that's why I chime in, because we need to talk particularly about the woman. So all that factor I think you're right. We should not discuss about other issues. The issue we have at hand is this woman. For me, I'm coming in because I'm looking at this woman, like, number one, a marriage. That's something that I have that's a clause. That's something cloudy, because the way the husband sound is like he's from Haiti.
I think that's where he's from. Haiti. Yeah, you are right.
All right?
Yeah, yes.
That's what it is. And I may be wrong. Maybe she get this man for a paper. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Maybe she get this man for a stay. So, and eventually it goes from one thing to another.
Yeah.
They may not really love, they may not be in a good relationship. But from that situation, she wants to stay, she need the legal, all these things, and then it goes to another. And that's what I see. That's another big factor of breakdown for her. For her to have a children, and with the same number that you say, if it is true, Sister B, that's the number of children that that woman had, that itself is it's kind of a recipe for kind of mental problem.
Yeah.
The big recipe for mental problem. Because for me, I have 3 grown-up men, and I told my wife, this is it. Because when I see the trouble, when I see the pressure, everything your woman goes through, my sister, come on. This woman, she has gone through a lot. And then you just said it. What is our post-traumatic after-birth issue? Has
Yes.
anybody
Yeah.
come to our aid?
Yeah.
Has anybody step in to help her? Because American system, like you say, we just said, and like you say, for her to go home. And you know, Nigerian society, we are easy to shame. Everything to us is shame.
Yes.
Everything to us is shame because that woman to decide to go home now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the Nigerian people will say?
Oh yeah.
Your children, oh my, let's see America, see how you come. And that's it.
Komu kankan wale.
Exactly. Do you see the label? Do you see the stigma that's going to be? And Sister B, what I'm saying is that the neighborhood she's in, and I know what it because I have a lot of clients because I'm in Brooklyn, and most of my clients live in that neighborhood. It's a high-scale neighborhood. That's a Long Island, Hamptons, and she's in West Hampton.
That's the place. West Hampton,
High-scale,
Hampton.
rich people neighborhood. And I can see she's suffering from the her mental is like she owns something like she figure herself like a rich individual. So for her going to that neighborhood every now and then constantly, she feeding into her brain that I'm rich, I have it, I am well distant because she's moving with all other people, rich people in that area. So she feels like she's and then for her going to those people, she feels that she's entitled. That's her house. So that's the mental breakdown. So for me, it's like I hope I can get connected with her since she's not too far, and I can because I have a lot of friends.
I said she moves around. How do I mean? They say even the police are saying that she's moving around. How do you connect her? And even if you connect her, she's declined support because now her mental breakdown has reached a point whereby, you know, she doesn't know what is right from what is wrong. She's just living. When they arrest her, she will walk away. She's declined any kind of support. And like we were saying earlier on, in your country, there in the US, it's not like here, you know, where a doctor, a psychiatric doctor will get involved and, you know, they can get the police. And there is a law in this country that protects people like that. And you can invoke it to get the person arrested by the police, not to lock them up in police custody, but to lock them up in hospital to receive treatment.
The same thing here in America, there's a law for that, but he has to go through a judge. He has to go through a judge. If the judge declared that individual is mentally ill, mental health, the judge, but like everybody else say, America, we have individual rights.
Yeah, that's the right. Sometimes those rights
because if the judge sends someone to go to a medical facility or to go to this thing, it's up to her to take it. If she said no, nobody can force her.
No, you don't have a choice. They will force you.
Yes, that's because my children are police officers. They come home to tell me, say, Dad, there's nothing we can do because it's mental, but they have to go through the process of the system. All the police officer do is arrest you, all right, and then put you back into cell, and then see a judge, and the judge says she didn't commit any crime, let her go, and they release her again into the street, and the cycle keeps going on. It's only by the grace of God she has what we call intervention. This is what this woman needs, intervention, and that's what I deal with in we call it crisis intervention.
Yeah,
that's the only way she can get there, because when you have a crisis intervention, somebody intervene on behalf of her, they step in, guide her, and refocus her attention, and they take her to necessary facility or medical help that she desires. That's the only way they can rectify or remedy herself. But with the cost system, it's going to keep going on like that in a cycle. I'm telling you, it's a very pathetic because this is a young woman, 32.
She's 32 from medical school to roaming around.
It breaks my heart, sister, for me to see that the age of my son
somebody's
doing like
child.
that
And I'm
is
just
just,
imagine what the parents are going through in Nigeria and they're
yes.
thinking that their child that is sent to America to go to become a doctor, this is what has become of her. They don't know where her children is. No, who knows? Maybe they are with their father. Who knows whether they are not with their father? Nobody knows.
Because to be honest with you, let me tell you, if they decide, the only thing I can say that is that maybe a mother is still alive or a relative still, they can come here and then help her, guide her through the process of seeking the help. Because if they go to Nigeria, you know, my sister, they will go there and go put her in one religious this thing. They'll start praying. They said they will start telling you is their forefather is the one causing the spell on her, and they're going to put her in chain. They're going to tie her down.
Yeah, it's past that stage to go to Nigeria.
Exactly.
It's before,
So
it's
she
before she had a
I
mental
know
breakdown that should have gone.
they will not
Now,
give her the right process or the right facility for her to seek the medical help. You know, my people, they will go and put her in one church, Aladura or whatever they call it, or one
yeah.
Babalawo. They're going to dump her there, and then you know how Nigeria will be shamed so that they can escape away from her not to be, you know, seeking the attention that she needs, because that's the issue. And then, you know, we have a long way to go about mental health, especially Black people, and especially because, like you see a lot of people walking around even back home, and it's just a matter of simple thing that trigger the brain. Because what you say today,
the trauma. No. The trauma is real.
It's real. Look, this woman really brings me back to tears because I know what my mother went through. I never know nervous breakdown can run through mental. It's when I came to America, when I read medical, that I know that, wow. So my mother went through breakdown and it ran to mental, to the point that she has to be restricted and all that. So I know it. And this just refreshed my memory. It's just like, wow. I said, it's too much. It's too much for this lady. So I hope whoever they're listening back home, somebody in our relatives, they can get a chance to go to American Embassy and tell them somebody needs a medical and they need support. So they'll be able to grant a medical something grant for them to come here and help her, because without that, I don't think she needs to go. She don't need to go back to Nigeria, honestly.
No, not at this stage. Not at this
Not
stage.
at this
Thank you
stage.
so much, Brother Ade. I
I'm
appreciate
so
your
glad. Thank you so much
contribution,
for replying, and my wife will get in touch with you. I
All right.
appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
sister.
sir.
God bless you. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
sir.
All right.
God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right. Brother Stephen, you are next. Good evening.
Good evening, Sister TB. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to speed up, please. As someone, I lived in New York City. Seeing this lady's story kind of breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first got into New York City, one of the first things I saw was the number of homeless persons in New York City. To be honest, I was afraid. I was like, this is not the United States that has been portrayed.
This is not the America that you dreamt of coming.
Exactly. I was scared. I had to call my mom. I was like, what is all this? I can see so many people lying on the street. What is all this? But as later on, I understood why. Well, let me just concentrate on this. Let me just say something I observed concerning this lady. Going through her story, and as you mentioned, she was in the medical school. I can tell that this lady was an ambitious person. Let me use that was as a past tense, because you could see her breaking into people's homes. It means expensive homes. It means that this is a lady that believed in herself, that she will amount to something great in the future. That is psychologically. Now, she did not complete her medical school, and I believe from experience and from people's experience in America, especially students who come to America, is because of funds. Medical school is very, very expensive. This is something, yes, it is super expensive. I know friends that went to medical school and they had to take up loans of $500,000 for medical school. It's super
Up to
expensive.
500,000.
Yes, and some more depending on the school. Over 500,000. Yes. And this lady coming from Nigeria, I heard that her father is a journalist. I'm
Yes.
very sure that most parents, they will push their children to America. America is land flowing with milk and honey. They will be able to kind of sustain the school fees for that first year and believe that child will begin to work and survive. It is not true. It's not very true. Many students who come to America end up leaving. Many of them fall into depression because they don't know they have spent lots of money coming to America and it is not what it is, and there's not how they can sustain. And being an international, you cannot pick up loans. Nobody can stand for you. Nobody can stand
Yeah.
as your shoulder.
Yeah. If you don't
Yeah,
fund it, you can't get student loans, you can't get anything. Yeah.
exactly. And I believe this is what happened to this lady. She had been suffering from depression from the onset. So due to this, I believe this is what drove her into marriage. Because let me put it this way. Some of us came to America for our PhD. We are fully funded. I mean, those of us in STEM, fully funded. That one is a different story. But those in medical, if you are like now, PhD, especially those in doing their PhD in STEM, that's what they call STEM in America: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There's always a leeway for them in America where you could, if you are very good, you can get your O1 visa, your EB2. I mean, this is a very straight way to your green card. So there's no worry towards that. And even those in the medical field, once you graduate as a medical doctor, there's always a leeway, especially when you're doing your residency. There's always a leeway towards it. So this lady could not achieve her dream. She could not achieve that because I believe, I'm looking at it psychologically, she couldn't achieve it because of loans, I believe. So, and in America, nobody, you see, they can be cold-hearted. If you can't pay your tuition fee at this particular time, nothing for you. So I believe this is what drove this lady into marriage. Number one, she had been suffering from depression even pre-marriage. So and she did it. I believe that she could, maybe probably maintain her stay, see where she can continue schooling. And to be honest, maybe she fall into the wrong hand. Some men will actually marry you, but they may not file for you. So that's why you see how she kept on giving birth again and again, again and again. And her depression was compiling. It was aggravating. It was increasing. And that is what it is. That's why you see her in the streets. So it is paining me because there's so many Nigerians, Africans, blacks, immigrants out there who are in this situation. And I want to correct this mentality. Some people feel that people out there who are homeless, they choose to be homeless or they're into drugs. That's a very big lie. No. You see, the American system is extremely painful. It's not that way. Not everybody wants to be homeless. Not everybody chose that way. But because of the fear of going back home, the fear of going back home, the
And
fear
even
of
dropping from medical school with all the expectation of your parents and all the money they spend, now you cannot complete it.
Exactly.
And some people, another thing, Brother Stephen, is that even some people, when there is funds for the school, they might not be mentally or they might just not be academically, they might fail. If you fail, for instance, that's another pressure on you, stress.
Yes, if one fails, no, you see the American system, you see, it's not like, for example, in Europe, for example, like in France, for example, that that the academic system is very difficult. The American system is a way that even if you're an average student, you can excel. So I want to put it that way. So even if you're an average student, your professors will be ready to help you. But the big problem here, even Americans themselves struggle to med school. They pick up loans. So I have my previous student. I was a teaching assistant. I saw some of my students who actually, some of them pick up loans, $400,000 for them to go into med school, some $500,000 for them to go into med school. And I remember there's a guy who was just saying that all through his med school, all he was eating was ramen, eating Indomie, like what you call Indomie. He's called ramen, every day, just because of, and up to now, he's still paying for his student loans. So what I'm saying is this, that we could learn, especially those of us in listening, subscribe, those are our family members who are
that
not
kind of a heavy academic schedule. If you have that kind of heavy, with all the courses that you are taking in medical school, can you work, for instance? Because someone was saying that in Kenya is the same thing. Your parents will pay the initial fees for you to go, and they expect you to work and pay the rest.
No,
How
that's not
is
true.
the possibility of working and
No, it's not
paying
true.
your fees ongoing.
No, and to be, it's not as it is in Canada or in the UK. In America, you are coming to America with an F1 visa. And that F1 visa, you cannot work outside, especially in the first year. You can only work 20 hours within the school. You cannot work out. You are not permitted to work outside.
Then what are we
Yes.
talking about? So you cannot even work to make money to pay the fees. You need to get the money sent to you.
You can only pick up they call it campus jobs.
Brother Stephen, no need. Come on, for you hit the nail on the head. That's where her problems probably started from.
Yes, that is where her problem started from. And
yes,
this lady was depressed already. And that is it. And when she maybe African parents, when you're trying to explain some certain things to them, they will not believe. They'll be like, oh, your mate did this person did this person did that, this person did that. And I believe why this lady's situation is compounded is because she had no family in the United States beforehand.
Yes.
And that's why her situation is compounded. People actually go to America, and there are people who could help them. They have brothers, they have uncles who were there beforehand. It's easier for them. But for someone like her, in medical school, you are in medical school that is extremely expensive. Her father is a journalist. Her father is not a politician. He's not a wealthy businessman.
How much journalists make in Nigeria? They don't make money like that.
He's just a journalist. So this is where it is. So what I'm saying, the two lessons that we could learn, especially those of us, some of your subscribers, some of our family who are still back home in Nigeria, and they're actually subscribed, they're actually listening to us, is that please and please, I'm begging you, do not come to America on a visit visa, or you are not fully funded in your school or whatsoever, and you feel you can come to America and you can survive. It is not true, please. That's a suicide mission. There are many ways. See, America is a land, is a dreamland. There are many, I can tell you the truth, I'm very happy with being a Nigerian. Most of those who are performing so well academically in the diaspora, especially in America, are Nigerians. Most of the Africans, there are Nigerians in MIT, there are Nigerians in Stanford University, there are Nigerians in Harvard, making Nigeria proud in the diaspora. I'm telling you the truth. What I'm saying is, these people, if you are good, come for your PhD. They will, and that is the most of those who actually make a first class. It is when you have research expense and whatsoever, you can come for your direct PhD. And when you come for your direct PhD, you can be funded. You see those tuition fees that amount to over $100,000 per year. Your school will cover it, and they will pay you on top. You'll be paid on top. It is better because there are many Nigerians who came on F1 visa and they're passing through what this lady is passing through. They're actually depressed. Please and please, I'm begging those of us who are listening, who are still back home, please do not make this mistake. You see where this lady's situation started? It started from
medical school.
Yes, medical school. And when
then she went
married,
and entered Mongo Park marriage that Kuku compounded it. No wonder. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Stephen. I really appreciate your contribution, my brother. God bless you. Let's move on very quickly. I mean, that is so deep. F1 visa is not your mate. So if you are thinking of coming, I mean, it's okay for us to give all this advice, but you see, people in Nigeria, you tell them to come, not to come to the abroad with visit visa. They will tell you, say, in Papa, they will come. How you won't convince them? People just want to get out. How many of you saw that video of somebody that landed in Canada? The celebration, I don't know what kind of visa they have. Usually, it doesn't matter. All they know is that they've arrived now. If you see the dancing, Mobalawa Buhari, he was rolling on the floor. He lied down flat on the ground like this. He was dancing as if Canada is heaven. He was rejoicing. Well, of course, you should rejoice if you're able to get out of Nigeria. But the understanding that they don't have, people who are coming like that, is that it is from one problem to another set of problems. So the problem you are going to have now in Canada is not the same one you have in Nigeria. You have a problem of electricity. You have a problem of NEPA, no road. You have kidnapping. You don't have all those ones, but you will now start to know that there's something they call paper. And without it, you cannot walk. You now have another problem they call winter. Long winter. that will hit you. You now have problem that you never knew existed, that you can be lonely and isolated, no friends. Even the people that you are living with will tell you, Benny, when are you going to leave? You need to pay bill. So it's from one problem to another. Canada is not heaven. Nowhere in the abroad is heaven. Let's be honest. He's trading one set of problem for another. But it's just that when you look at it comparatively, okay, if you persevere and God gives you the grace, eventually you might arrive at Ileliri. My goodness, it is not easy, tell you. God's grace, you are next. Somebody was asking, Celine was asking that what's the way forward for her. Celine, my sister, God bless you. Yeah, usually we are looking at solutions back, but unfortunately this one, I can't see any solution in sight. It's not within our scope. It's not something we can do. So the only thing I'm going to say about this one is that people should learn from Peace's experience. So it's the lesson that Brother Stephen said. What lesson can we learn so that people don't end up? And that's why Brother Stephen was saying very emphatically there that don't come to America with F1 visa. You think you go to medical school and you will work and make up the money. You can't. So I don't know. Maybe if anybody knows any solution, but I can't see anyone. Because if police cannot help her, people that are trying, they took her to shelter, she's running away. Who are we? What resources do we have that we are going to go and use for somebody who is loose in a posh area in New York State, roaming around from one place to the other? Before they catch and put for here, before they turn, you don't go another place. How you want to do them? How you want to do them? It is well. God's grace. Please unmute yourself. Welcome. Where are you joining us from?
Good evening, Auntie B.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I'm calling from Norway. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This lady's story is really sad. And then, but the area I want to touch on is the area where she was complaining of nobody cares about her and all that. I can see that she was really overwhelmed by the whole situation in which she found herself in. And then maybe she tried to speak to a lot of people, but maybe she couldn't get help and maybe nobody listened to her and all that. And then the husband in which was supposed to be there for her was abusive and everything, and which I believe led to all this, how do I say it, to her mental health. And then I think the other thing that made our people to stay longer in marriage is, in an abusive marriage, is what people will say. And that is really what is affecting a lot of women, and then which is causing all this whole issue. People think of what people will say, and then they stay there until they buy, which is really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my own situation, I left my marriage because of the whole issue. I saw that I was drifting away, and then I was turning from what I was not, as in I was becoming what I was not before I got married. I had to leave. But before then, I was thinking what will happen or what will people say. And then my husband's position made it impossible before for me not to leave. Like, I was thinking, what will people say, his position, how will people understand the real situation, what made me to leave, But at the time, I said no. When I started watching Obodooyinbo TV, I said no. I need to leave. I was thinking about my children as well. At a point, I said no. There was a time I said, I need to leave these children, even if I have to go and get an apartment somewhere, just for me to save my life and then be alive to take care of these children.
Absolutely.
Then I think that would be the best. Because what happens if I die? Who will be the one to take care of my children? Even my family, one of my brother was like, you have to stay. No matter what, you have to stay. I said, you're not the one who is in this relationship with me. You don't have my emotions, so you don't know how I'm feeling. The whole thing was overwhelming. I said, no. If I stay and if I die, will you come from where you are living to take care of my children?
Or if you lose your mental health, like peace, Ofoego.
Yes. And today I was forgetting a lot of things at a time. I couldn't make a simple sentence at a time. But I looked at everything. I said, no, I don't have to stay. If I continue staying, I might end up in the psychiatric home. But God forbid, I said no.
Go to any psychiatric ward everywhere in the major cities in the Obodo. Nigerian women food there.
I heard of one woman's story. This woman, one day her own started. She landed in the psychiatric home. I said, no, it's high time I buckle up my belt, as in my what's it called, my belt, and leave. It's high time I gather that strength. Everybody I complained to, all of them were telling me to stay. You can't leave. What will people say? You know, everybody is looking up to you. You know, this one, that one. I was thinking. And then I spoke to my husband. I said, look at this thing. This thing is no longer working. How do we do it? I need to go. He said his position, he will lose his position in his position and all that. I said, look at you. You are thinking about position.
Position where? In the church?
In the church.
He doesn't want to lose his position in the church. Why did he not make the marriage work?
He's not even thinking about my mental health or even his own mental health as well, or even our children. Because we staying in this abusive marriage and all that, it affects our children as well.
Oh yes.
It affects the children, but if you don't observe them well, you won't even notice it. It's affecting them. They lose concentration in school and a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
So, but we have to leave that abusive marriage, or leave that in fact, to leave the marriage and then to be able to be alive and healthy to take care of our children.
Absolutely.
So that is all I have to say this now. And this Peace, what was her name again?
Peace, Ofoego.
Yes. It's really a great lesson to every woman that is in any abusive marriage. We should stop thinking about our children or how they will cope and all that, or what will people say, and move on.
And her children are not coping now. Peace.
That is it. They are somewhere now. Who knows?
They will live their life.
Okay.
My dear. Children will live their life with or without you. Nobody wants to leave their children, but when the situation, when it pass your power, nobody go advise you. You go advise yourself. And I'm particularly, my heart is warm. God grace, when you said that, when you started watching Obodooyinbo, somebody was telling me today, say, Auntie Bridget, by now I thought you have 500,000 subscribers. How come you don't still have 100? Don't have, but you know what? The work that we are doing here is much more important. It would be nice to have a lot of subscribers, but if we can only change one life, 2 lives, we can save people by the stories and the conversations that we have here. My work is done. So, God grace.
You are really doing a great job. And then I pray that she finds help and then be okay someday.
Yeah. Thank you. How are you doing? Are you okay? Your children?
Yes, I left. I found the house and then I left. And then my kids, they're doing okay now. They are doing well.
Did you keep this post in the church now that you've left?
We said we shouldn't allow anybody to hear about it, but at a time now everybody heard about it because I was going to church, but the way people were looking at me and everything, I stopped going. So when I stopped going, they started asking questions.
Which church?
So they started asking. I worship online now.
All they will do is to convince you to come back. That's what they do. They don't care about how you feel.
I blocked everybody because they were calling. They were calling. I blocked everybody. I blocked them because I don't want to hear. I don't want anybody to come talking to me. Those that even got to me, I told them, please, I don't want to disobey anybody.
If they keep talking to you, you will change your mind. So be careful.
I blocked them. When they started talking, I had to block everybody. I said,
if you don't mind me asking, was it physical or emotional abuse?
It was emotional. It was
So he
emotional.
has a position in church, but he doesn't know how to love, and he doesn't
Yeah.
know how to make his marriage work. Now,
Yeah.
so now,
And then people outside there, they were all they were looking at him as the perfect person,
now, so
Then yeah, so I was just there. I was drifting away, I would say. I was dying slowly, but at the time I said no, this is not for me.
well
And then
done.
my kids, they were, but I said no, I need to leave. I left, and then now I have my peace, to be honest. And then I'm getting myself gradually,
You'll be okay.
so
You'll
yeah.
be okay.
Mm.
Well done. I want to even, I want to salute you for having the bravery to leave. It's not everybody that has that bravery, especially in a church environment where your husband has position. They will tell you to leave. A wise woman builds her home, but a wise woman is Osinachi. Somebody, Black Diamond, say it was church that made Osinachi stay. Where is Osinachi today? 6 feet under. Her children are living. So wisdom is profitable to direct. See, anybody that advises somebody to stay in an abusive relationship, that person is a Satan. Now Satan, not the person be. Because abuse. Now what they lead to be that now all of us are feeling emotional now. We are sad at the story of peace. 32 years old, 7 children. But you see now, a man in America that can be fighting police, he's been jailed for assaulting a police officer. In person, American police, UK police, they don't even they carry anything. They just they work in pairs. They know they even get anything. American police, they carry everything. You see, get mind to feed a fight American police. That person, when he go delete you, you know go know. So congratulations to you for walking away. You will find yourself, go for therapy, go and meet your doctor to send you to therapy because you still need to deal with all those issues. Don't think that you can just deal with it on yourself. Go for therapy and get your mind because you need your well-being. The covenant of life is higher and more important than the covenant of marriage. So if you want a marriage to work, that you are so mindful of your position in church as alagba, deacon, assistant pastor, then build your home and be a good person, be a good partner, be loving. Stop abuse. They help anybody. Thank you, my sister. It is well with you. Johnny, welcome, my dear. How are you?
Hello, Auntie Bridgie. Good evening, ma.
Are you okay?
You dey hear me? How dey hear myself? Oh,
I dey hear you. I dey hear you.
you dey hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, ma. You look cute too. This your hair, you borrow me. Oh.
Thank you. No
Hello,
wahala.
Obodoyibo fam.
Welcome.
All right. Before I go into what I want to talk, this peace issue, it just make me feel so bad, like really, really bad. I feel so bad for the girl. Like I dey imagine this young girl get dreams, she get inspiration, she get goal, what she want accomplish, but look how faith come take. It is so sad. Like my prayer go with her, honestly speaking. Now I want come to the issue of women and childbearing. Many of us as African women, we believe say we strong. Me, I dey feel say I strong before, but I have to tell myself, I no struggle. I no strong. I no strong. Now, when it comes to marriage and childbearing, me, I be believer of marriage, but whereby I dey feel say I dey see small, small red lights, like threats. I don't pass through a lot too. I go bagger, I go run. Like the least thing with me sleepless night na marriage. Now, many women they go marry all these mogo park according to Obodoyibo. You go
That's
marry
all.
Mogo Park as a husband, whereby you don't born one, you don't born two. This man, not the way they give you happy and at all, at all. Now you be the mother, now you be the father. Everything that you dey do. Like be a mother for Africa, it is entirely different from be a mother for Western world. Oh. it is extremely stressful. Now, if you don't born one, you don't born two, and you see, say the man they help you, why you see they born extra children they join? Like, we'll go through menstrual stress, ovulation, menopause, or postpartum. When I born my first girl, it take me almost 2 years to get my head back. I dey always dey snap at every given thing I don't provoke. Like my mental health was like jagaja scatter full everywhere. I begin dey craze. I go dey drink to feel sleep for night. That one not good now, abi?
No.
So thank God I marry amazing man. But say after I born the second one, he look me and say, we go stop for you, oh, because if not, I no wan come lose you, because I cannot take care of the children alone. We stop for two. And upward doubts. He agree, me agree. But if you see pressure, not pleasure for family, friends. Where the boy? Where the boy? Extra 3, extra 4. You too young now. Only 2. You won't help me carry them? Are you me? Is me you? Now your pikin and your womb? Like many women now, society will push them, they born. Whereby mentally you cannot take care of those children. Like being a parent for Western, it is extremely stressful. There are times I want just run. I just run alone, want to go sit down, cook myself. I must go born 7 children. Like 7 children for 32 years old. You see the dog, they born every 6 months or every year they born a pikin. They too much. Couple with our education, everything, the system over there. Like it not dey easy. So as women, born waiting your power fit carry. If the man say he want extra 3, extra 4, and you know say your body no carry am, I beg my sister, choose you first. If the man they abuse you, they cry, you they cut onion, find your way, leave for your children's sake. They go say, yeah, I won't start for my sister. Say she did Nigeria, she don't born 5, won't come late, come out. She will call me, say complain here and there. But I leave now, yeah, I won't start for. Now I say, I used to be, I rest my case. Because the man they make you, they happy, you they cry, and you they think, as if you go, you go carry the gutter. You don't go that, you don't reach that level. People now, I don't understand. Marriage don't do all that affair. If not, they work for you, they cry. Like this after we call before now. So you know they work, she leave for her sanity, for your peace of mind. Make una think now. They go say born and try born the boy owner, born the girl owner to carry pregnant, go born the
If you
pikin.
born boy, they'll
Now
say
small
born girl.
challenge.
Now so.
Not be small thing. So born with your power fit carry. And if the man they give you happy hand, man they give you happy hand for your children, everything, not born extra John. If you make mistake 1, twice, not make it 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 7th, not do that one. And lastly, the children they suffer everything because they be like sponge, they absorb waiting.
America, where be say that they know they wear uniform. It not be like Europe where children they wear uniform, go school. Like UK here, they wear uniform. So like school is starting in September now. So all I can think of now is buying uniform for my sons, my 2 sons who are, one is in A levels, one is in he's finishing secondary school, so he's in the last year. I even they asked them yesterday, say, what do you need for school? They told me say they don't need anything. I said, no, we'll just change the white. But America, they know they wear uniform. They buy clothes. You need to buy clothes. Now home clothes that they wear, you go buy everything. They not get for yeah, we know they buy clothes. We know they buy uniform only. School go give them books. School go give them that is this. I love this country, this UK. Why are they so? I told like even books, we know they buy books.
Yeah, same with us for year.
Book, not book where they write puts that they give them. Everything that they give them.
Me, I still love Italy too. Because Italy, if you they sick, for example, you they sick.
I want to buy clothes for 7 children. You know how children they grow past clothes. How they not gonna look wretched when they reach school where they say they will come they bully them. Because you know go fear for them. Which work should they do? Which work the man they do? That man why they angry. When you don't see men when they angry, they fight police like that. Something not they right.
Exactly. Like my children, their self-esteem is they important to me. Their well-being they important to me. Because if the parents not figure the best, you go show for outside. The one they so sad, and they so fortunate. Thereby they get bullied for school. So as parents, I beg, several children for Western world now, waiting, it's too much now.
Even for Nigeria these days, nobody, people where they open wide, they know they born 7 children again, no, because they think about the future, how they want to send them go school. Not be asked to don't they strike 6 months, so now that school you go to wait for, you go to think of how you want to send them go school. Most Nigerian parents, elites now, they think of how to send
No.
their children abroad to go school. So everybody they plan. So yeah, if not the only thing when people feel learn today, I beg, born the one where you feel take care of. Thank you, Jen.
May we dey pray for the girl. I pray may God help her. Or may family back locate her because it is so sad. The young girl for that matter. Auntie Bridget, thank you so much for all
Thank
you
you,
do,
my
and God
darling.
bless you.
My lady, thank you, love. I appreciate you, Jenny. Brother Patrick, you are next, sir. Good evening.
Yes, Auntie B.
Hello, Brother Patrick. Hello, Daddy Gio. What's that name we said we're going to be calling Brother Patrick? I forgot, you know see me, I don't forget.
You're looking great.
Oh.
I like that your tattoo. I tell my wife, send me to nail.
Oh, okay. It's showing today. Oh, I love tattoo. I was telling somebody yesterday that I'm going to get more. I want to do one here. This hand where you already did, so I will do one for here like this. I will write one here. Obodooyinbo TV. I will write that.
Wow.
But the thing to the pain. That is what is stopping me. But I love ink.
I'm just kidding.
It's so painful.
Anyway, Obodo farm. Now well done.
Okay, now Daddy Gio will say we go to cover Patrick. Hey, Daddy Gio. Kukwa, thank you. Cool mama for reminding me. But Patrick is Daddy Gio. Daddy Patrick.
Wow.
Welcome, sir.
Wow. Okay, Sister B, Brother Stephen did a very good job with his analysis. Very good job. I'm not going to say much, but what I want to say is that, all what the lady went through, it has a multiplier effect that trigger the mental illness. She went through a lot.
Yeah.
I just want to point out a lesson that we're going to learn from this situation, what this lady has gone through. Number one, we need to plan very well before coming to obodooyinbo. We need good information, not transportation. Are you getting me? We need good information, not transportation.
Not just visa and transportation.
Yes, because that guy landed from Canada, they happy. Well, that one
they're for grand though.
Now,
if you see they say, Babalawa Buhari o, Babalawa yo, mo de si yin lorun, mo ni eleyi o ti mo kankan.
That's his phase one. The word that is very popular now in Nigeria is Mofe Japa.
Mofe Japa, ó ti japa nsin, kò mọ̀ pé there's another level tó ó ti bọ́ sí another stage nsin. You don't know.
The funniest thing when some people get here and when you advise them, they look at you as if you don't know what you are doing. You've been here for how many years? What have you achieved? I can do it. That's why they look down on you. Sister B, I've taken time to sign for some people, to stood for some people with immigration. Yes, for approval. Our people, they lie a lot. Yes, I've learned my lesson. Some people, before they come to America or London, they have their plan already. So whatever you are telling them, like, what is this guy talking? What is he saying? They even come to church. We advise them. Before you know it, they disappear because they have their plans.
Yeah, Amoye. We see them here in the UK now. They apply for student visa. You pay the first semester. I know somebody told me about some that don't even go to school. They don't go to school. They just come here and start working.
Thank God.
They won't even attend school. They will start working.
That's the issue. I know the immigration now is so difficult. Even to get American embassy to schedule an appointment, it takes 2-3 years now. Yes, it takes 2-3 years now. Even as a student, I have a student that all his school fee has been paid, or the visa appointment is going to be 2023. Yes, they are searching. They are online every day for whoever would drop. Yes, and Auntie B, there's nothing we will say today that will stop people coming with their plans. We are just going to
I
say
don't even
this.
bother. But
Yes.
I don't even bother to tell people when they are coming.
Yes.
Experience is the best teacher, Patrick. Let them come and experience it.
And let me number 2, which is going to be my last point. If you come as a lady and you want to marry somebody for paper or whatever, do not settle for less. Yes. The Bible, they say that birds of the same feather flock together. If you want to settle for a guy to get paper for you, the guy, now shadow guy, you know what I mean by shadow guy?
No.
The guy is an NFA, no future ambition. Yes.
Yeah.
The guy is doing a menial job to survive. The guy is on drug. You just need the guy. Where the consequence, you meet it there. Yes. Don't settle for less. You don't have to do with a guy that you don't even know anything about. You can't even, just because somebody just say, okay, I'm gonna give
you this one.
One of my very young brother, he's been here even before I came. He filed for a paper. When it was time for an interview, the girl he has to go and look for the girl, African American. Begged the girl like crazy, was crying. He said when they got home, the girl said she wants to smoke in their M first. The guy has to go and buy in their M for her to smoke. And all the neighbors are looking like, what is going on? Thank God he got it. That he was lucky. And like Brad Stevens said, there's some guys that just want to use you. They just want to carry what. They will carry what you, they'll be tired and they'll say they are done. You can't do nothing about that. You can use them, use their name to fight or whatever, but it's not going to last. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, there are a lot of cases. There are a lot of cases, Auntie B. You don't want to hear it.
I know. Yeah. There are so many Nigerians in, wards all across, not only, even in the UK here, you go. The only reason why we don't see them wandering around in the UK is because, the way the system is set up is that it doesn't allow people to wander around like that because they will pick you up and put you in hospital. So if you go to, a psychiatric ward, you see Nigerians, their names, they are there. And the funny thing, if you look at their history, what led to why they are sectioned now in a psychiatric ward, being fed medication forcefully. Some of them, they don't even know say they take medication. Then they put her inside their drink. They go hide her inside their food.
Oh.
Now, man story did here. They will tell you now, man story, marriage, relationship is always something relating to relationship. In most cases, nine.
Our people should learn, especially our ladies. Please. Men,
even as she still they find the way to take her children.
Yeah, men easily find their
and
way.
She's up and down, homeless, not being sane, wearing trench coats inside hot summer sun and cap, no taking her baths, no home, nothing. She did find a way to take children. This is the heart of a mother. She's still looking for a way to get her children.
We'll be
Who will give the children to her now?
Go intervene.
Amen. Thank you, Brother Patrick. I appreciate you, sir. God bless you, sir. Eshe Goni.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Bamdele, you are next. Your audio sometimes is problematic. I don't know if we can hear you today. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, it's good today. Hooray. How are you?
Fine.
Good. What do you have to say?
I just wanted to talk more about mental health a little bit. In regards to the lady, because I feel I'm even trying to take care of my mental health as well. Because I know it's really not easy for her in the United States, because I also told you that I'm also doing my doctorate in administration and I'm working part-time, and like I feel that really mental health is really a big issue. So just learning that mental health is what is really important, and like even though what people say outside in Nigeria, I don't really think it matters, because nobody really knows our situation here in the United States or in the Obodo land. They don't
Yeah.
really know what we're going through here. We go through a lot here, especially with now we also go through with systemic racism.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, and so so what I want to say is uh I know it's not easy, but like I believe that everybody's situation is actually is really individual and different.
Mm-hmm.
So I would really advise that, you know, even if you have to go back home, don't really mind the opinions of others, because they don't really know what you've been through, you know. Because look
Yeah.
at me, I've been through a lot, and I told you my story, and you know my story really well. So it's like, you know, just really just deal with life and really know how to take care of your mental health as an adult person.
Yeah. Absolutely. How are you doing yourself? How are you doing at the moment? How's your academics? You still in school?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing so I'm in the dissertation phase of the program. So doctorate of business administration. So I'm drafting my proposal, my first three chapters, and I got an approval from my chair to my chapter one is approved by my chair, and right now I'm trying to finish up drafting chapter two and chapter three. So it's a long process. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. One day at a time, right?
yeah,
All the best to you. And I pray that the good Lord has led you this far. He will not desert you and I will not leave you. He will give you the strength and the capacity to complete it. And when you do complete it, we will be here again and you will come and share your good news and your testimony with us. I wish you the very best.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you.
Okay.
Okay, we are getting to the end of the show, and I've got Bio for president.
Auntie B,
Hello, my brother,
I,
my
I greet
blood.
you. I greet you specially.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all you do, and keep it coming. Don't worry. I'm not part of those that said you need to go off. As long as you can, keep doing it, and you know best when it's good for you to take your holiday. So now let's go to. I'm touched by this story. First of all, most things we say here might not really apply to the true situation of this person because we are not trying to. We can't even blame her, but we're not trying to just read this thing, but we're just trying to learn some lessons. So I'm touched by this story because my understanding, which I think everybody agreed on here, is that this person came to the US with a student visa. And as a person who left Nigeria with student visa, I'm deeply touched because when I see students, I was in the medical school back in Nigeria at the University of Benin,
Oh, really?
yes. So before I left due to some academic challenge and buzu everywhere. So at the end of the day, that was the first thing that brought me to Dublin Island to study. And when I was moving, I knew my parents don't have the money to pay the medical fees,
Yeah.
for med school. So I switched to computer engineering. Even at that, I believe we all agree on this as well. Student visa, no matter the country you go to, is the most dangerous visa to travel with because dangerous, I would say, if you have other interior motives, because the visa exposes you to have said to these people that you are able to finance your stay in the
Mhm.
country that you are going to.
Yeah.
So the pathway to settlement and other things are not easy. So do not expect too much. So you
Mm.
must be ready, even if at all you yourself know that you have other motives.
Mm.
Then, therefore, what challenge you meet, just take it like that. So I also want to appreciate because this story make me to remember one of my great sister in Dublin. I want to appreciate the women in Europe. I believe there are many out there within the Europe because students, when they travel, they always seek for help, just like Brad Patrick said. Some will come to church, some will meet people online. some women around the Europe area, I think they're very generous. Because even when I traveled, I was paying rent as a student, going to school. After school, one Edo lady just said, "Bro, Ben, why are you paying rent? You'll know how to gist. I beg, come, 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 come." That was how this lady gave me a room in her house, and I stayed for a while. So I believe there are many other around there in the Europe back in the days, you know. So because the Europe system, like you said, is very supportive, you know, and Nigerians are more willing to help because, you know, I don't know for that European country, because in Dublin they also have free houses, so they don't see it as a big deal. They can always help you. But even though no matter how they get it, helping you is helping you, you know. So the American society is an Oyo society on your own. So on your own. Oyo, you know what Benin or Nigerians say, Oyo, you are on your own. So everything here operates on your own. Children, anything is Oyo for you. Now, we should understand that as students, you want to switch your documentation on or whatever. I have seen it here in the US that even a student on F1 visa, whatever they call it here, you know, it's like still somebody in Nigeria. You know what I mean? You know, the challenge is too much. You know, only those who are able to work and save money are those that maybe they have relatives in the US. You know, no, like if you have a relative in the US, I know someone that have a relative. She lives with her relatives. In a year, she was able to save over $30,000 from part-time work. You know, it's very possible, but depends on if you have relative. Accommodation is everything. Otherwise, as a student, you end up making the small part-time money, and you end up using it to pay for rent and all that. You know, so on top of that, getting married, even without student visa, as Brother Patrick have clearly indicated, that you should then watch who you are getting married to, because first of all, you are even standing with one leg, you know, and on top of that one leg, you want to enter Mulwe, because as Brother Patrick said just now, no NFA, you go marry an NFA, no future ambitious person, or people that their head is not really straight, and you are giving birth. Marriage issues are also meta issues, because emotional issues are meta issues. So a normal person that is even in a marriage going through marriage issues affects their mentality first. On top of that, plus academics, plus everything. So let us continue to advise those of us. I know there's even students, because like I said, I came in abroad through a student, I mean, way back in another country. So what I would say is that the information is there. They know. Someone recently, I sent my bank statement here to the person in the United States because they needed a statement of at least $30,000, what they call it, equivalent for the school the person was coming here in the US. But because this person is so close to me, I told him, I said, I'll give my bank statement to get, because without that bank statement, they're not going to give you the one they called I-20. Because I-20, you need to show who is going to sponsor your education. Now, I told him, I said, listen, my reputation here, I cannot bring it down. Are you going to work and pay this fee? He said, yes. But I said, let me tell you the truth. Whether you work or not to pay this fee, I will still pay that 1 year for you. But I'm taking your words. What I'm saying it, I don't want to pay it, but I'm saying it because let us also stop to sign things that are not really true.
Shorty, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, because now they have my bank statement in the university. I signed.
Can they make you pay it?
Huh?
Can they make you pay it if you change your mind?
No, I don't know. I don't think they can. But what I'm saying is I don't want to put my reputation personally, because those things go.
I don't think you should be signing shorties if you're not sure that you want to do it. Why did you?
Yeah, it's a close. That's why I said that I have to tell him that I will. Do you understand? You know, really between me and him. And if I wasn't willing, I wouldn't even sign it. But though he said he's going to get the money, but I had to do it because of her close, and I'm not messing now. This is not. This is a very, you want to mean somebody is very, very close. Trust me, very, very close person that I can, not because I have the money to do it. You know what I mean?
A
But
lot of money.
so what I'm saying is that we should continue to also tell our people here not to to aid those people into wahala. That's my point here. You know, we should not act as a catalyst, trying to encourage them, come here, do this, do that, and at the end of the day, you know. So this is also very important. And once you are here, wherever country you find yourself, please, it's good to be ambitious. But if realities come to your face, wisdom is your ability to say, this thing, I have to bend like this or bend like that. You know, people said it there. A medical student cannot even go and be doing part-time. You can change to other work. You know, if you like medicine, you can't afford it, you go to nursing and you can be doing care and all that kind of stuff. So Auntie B, let me drop this here. Thank you again once more, and I greet the house. Do have a beautiful Sunday.
Thank you so much, brother Bio. Appreciate you guys. Please like this video. Some people say they forget to like. So let's get the likes up to a reasonable number. We've been here almost 2.5 hours now. We're about to close. If you have not liked, please give this video a thumbs up. We are talking about something that is very, very important tonight. We always talk about important stuff, but this one hits home because a lot of people are struggling with mental health issues and they don't even recognize it. Okay? You don't even know. But all of a sudden, like that, our sister, you know, who called in the earlier on, was saying, she said, I saw myself that started changing. This is not the kind of person I am. I started snapping. You know, you need to be really, really knowledgeable about mental health. For some people don't even know. They don't know until it is too late. It's a gradual process. And you see this mental health that we're talking about, now sleeping slope, now like this, if you don't go down like this, you go down like this. If you know, get intervention to stop them. Now so before you know, you don't reach ground. When you reach this slope, you don't reach ground, pata pata. You know, go no difference between reality again. You know, see peace. They work out, they enter people's house. Somebody for the comment section, they comment just now say, if you get luck, America will be say they know you trespass enter their property, they finish you. They go they justified because now their house. She's trespassing. My dear, let's take care of ourselves. Very, very important that we'll take care of ourselves. Me, I've always taken care of myself, but I even want to do it more now. Honestly, I want to do it more. I want to take care of myself. I want to look after myself, you know. Wahala no dey finish. Wahala no dey finish. But not only one life now we get. This one life where we get so. Chai. Yes, Africans don't like talking about mental health because it's taboo. Yeah, you are right. Sexy, you are right. Africans is a taboo to us. But now we they suffer and pass, which is funny. We they suffer and pass. We they suffer and mental health, depression. You know how many? Hey, it is well. For real, you're welcome. Hello, for real. Are you there? I'm ending now. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, this is my first time calling. I've always listened to you like forever, but this is my first time, and thank you so much. Before I comment, I've been trying to press the join button so I can be making the payment something every month, but it's literally impossible. It's telling me there's an error processing my payment. I live in the United States, California, precisely.
It's easy. It's easy to join.
Yeah, but I don't know why my own is not going through. Anytime I just click the join button, it's saying processing payment there's an error with processing your payment.
Yeah, maybe it's the card you are using. Maybe you should have a look at it.
No, it doesn't even take me to the stage where I need take me to where I need to put in my card information.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from YouTube. Anytime you're live, I try to put
No,
the
don't
join.
do it when I'm live. Don't just do it when we're finished. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
don't do it when I'm live. You can't do it when I'm live because the join button, let me show you. So let me look at it. I'm looking at it from another. The join button is completely different. It's got nothing to do with live. So this is it.
Okay.
So this is the join button here. You can see it. Just click on it and join. Don't do it when we're live. Do it after the live. You see it there if you go to my channel. If you just
Okay,
put
I'll do it.
Obodo TV there, then join, then you do it. Don't do it when we are live streaming. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. And you look really pretty, and your weight loss journey is mesmerizing. It's given that's good. Kudos to
Thank
you. Yeah. You look really so young, like so young. All right,
you.
not to take so much of your time. I really appreciate everybody that have spoken and they spoke rightly. But I want to come from another angle, and that's because I came into the United States 2015 with a student visa to study to do my master's in law, like education. But I noticed something when I started doing my master's, and when I finished my master's, I'm this kind of person. I've always had luck with a lot of things. So right from while I was doing my master's, I got a job. My school employed me, and through my school too, I was able to get a job in a law firm. So, but I don't know. But I was living with I rented like a room with everything in it in a Nigerian lady's house. So, but I
Yeah.
noticed with my progress, I now bought a car. Like I was making progress. Like the lady was angry. Like the lady was angry that I was progressive. Like like spiritually, you know what I'm talking about. And was like this time around, she was so nice at first, but later she started showing it physically, and was like say was insisted that I will not prosper in this land, that I will not make it in America.
What is your relationship with her apart from tenant, landlord?
I don't know. First of all, my parents are pastors, like in Nigeria. They are big, but my mother, she's a big pastor. She's like a deliverance minister. So I don't know if those things affected me. So I noticed a lot. And when I told my mom said, leave the house immediately. But for that I should go rent another place. But I didn't know what happened. I could not leave. I didn't want to go. I had
Did
the
she
money.
say something, or you just suspected, or I don't know?
She said it. She was confronting me physically
That
I will not make it in America. That because like I'm telling you, with the speed in which I was using to, because immediately, why as a student I had a job, and luckily for me, my dad paid my school fees, so I didn't need to pay anything, and I was working, so every money I was getting was for myself because I didn't need to pay any other thing, and I was making really good money because as
maybe
a
she's
master
suffering
student.
from mental health, because I don't see any reason why somebody will rent in your house all of a sudden. You have a problem with their success, or you have a problem with their progress. What is your
No, but yeah, physically. But why I'm saying that story is that sometimes people going through this kind of things, I understand mental issues very well because I've gone through a lot of mental stuff too. But sometimes too, there can be an element of spiritual attack. Maybe someone that does not like your parents, that does not want you to make progress, that has seen your star, has gone somewhere to do something, and before you know, you start going mad. It
did that
almost
happen to
happened.
you? I mean, did the woman
Yeah. I lost everything. I within a year, I cannot explain how I squandered over $70,000 within a couple of months. There's so many things. I lost my job. I went to the ground.
So why
until
did you leave the house though?
I don't know, but I later left. But then the whole I was before I know, I started forgetting things. I lost my job because I now had memory issues. If you show me a paper, everything would be blank. I could not see things anymore. So then the realities of being in America became obvious. Then things I could not explain, so many things. I
So
understand
she
mental
believed that she
issues.
was attacking you spiritually so that you
Yeah,
don't progress.
yes. Those kind of things too can happen to people that have bright stars. Like you said, the lady she came as a medical she came to do medical sciences. No,
Yeah.
obviously she's someone that is very intelligent, and we all know our background as Africans. We have a lot of fetish people. People that don't like people to be progressive in their life. So when they see that your children is going to bring you out of poverty, your children is doing well, someone else
So
will
how did
just
you get
go
out of the situation for real, if I
with
can ask?
prayers and a lot of a lot of looking into myself, to doing specifically a lot with prayers, then a lot of things that I did not know, for how to handle finance, how to make sure that I deal with my mental state of, how to remember things. It's like I was not reborn again, but I suffered for over 3 years,
Wow.
before I started recovering again, little by little. But the things that are the most important thing is I've learned how to handle my money, because it's like the money was just coming and I didn't know what to do with it. It's like but I'm always someone that had plans, but suddenly I could not just plan anything again. Suddenly, if I had money, it's like I'll be hypnotized. Somebody will call me from Nigeria and I'll finish my own money. And I will give the person my own money, because
And your mother
naturally
is a pastor. You didn't run to Nigeria to go and do deliverance.
I went to MFM.
You should have just taken the next available flight from whatever state you are in America. 2 days time, you are in Lagos, Bangam. You go to camp and come and fire, start prayer. Serious
No, but
deliverance, Holy Ghost fire, back to sender prayer. No, I
no,
mean, talking seriously, we understand, even the Bible says that we should not be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. We know that there are spiritual attacks, and we also know that the devil has no free gift. Everything, devil has Satan, and devil is not this thing that we see in what they call in books that has horn, and it's human beings. It's a spirit. It will enter into people and they can use it to attack you. So I'm not going to say that your experience is your experience and it is valid, but the danger is that I don't want us to lose focus to say that, because we as Africans, we are always leaning towards spiritual attack anytime somebody loses their mind or they have a mental health, and as a result, a lot of people don't get treatment because they say it's spiritual attack, so they will not go the medical line. They will not be going from one church to the other. So I don't want to go that route, but your experience is your experience, and it's valid.
I understand. I get you, because I later I started having mental issues, because I had, because the realities of so much came to me, and I had so much bills, because because to start again, I've lost so much, no time, and there was so much pressure. Get married, you've been in this place, you have to get. I went into a relationship, a very fine young man. The relationship was very abusive. That one put another kind of mental stress on me. So, but I had to come to a place in my life where I did not care about pleasing anybody. When my dad came to the United States, I said, okay, you must marry this man. I said, this man is not good for me from the way I'm looking at it. I cannot marry him. For the first time in my entire life, I had to learn how to say no and to stop pleasing people. Those
So
were
that
the two.
one is not the woman, is not your landlord that did that.
No,
okay.
no, it's not my landlord. But this
No,
was
she had
after
nothing to
so
do
much.
with you. If you cannot say no and you like to please people, that has nothing to do with your landlord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and also you also mentioned something about not being able to manage money. And that also doesn't have anything to do with your landlady. I'm
No,
not
that
saying
doesn't have
anything. But you can also see from the little you've told us about your story that there were some underlying issues that you had prior to the woman adding her own and threatening you. And you know what? Sometimes people can say things like that and they don't even follow up by doing anything spiritual to attack you. But because she said it already, now it's in your brain. So you are thinking, oh no, Shemi, she's the one doing me. Oh, she's taking my name somewhere. I'm not saying she didn't, but sometimes she may just, maybe because you had argument or something, she said it, but she might not have even attacked you spiritually. You never know.
Yeah, no, I know this one. The thing, I'm just trying to give you two perspectives of the possible cause of what Peace is going through. Because mine came from two possibilities, not two possibilities, but certainties. There was a spiritual angle to it, and there was a physical angle to it. And I had to learn the physical, how to deal with the physical aspect by changing my mind, changing my attitude, and focusing on making sure I am mentally healthy. And and when I did that, I became very progressive. I became even more prayerful, prayerfully alert. Not like I was just solely focused on prayers and those kind of things. Prayers like, oh Lord, oh God, help me to spend wisely, help me to say no, help me to help me to just do the right things at the right time. Those were the kind of specific prayers I was not praying for myself.
Did you listen to when I was making the analogy about the stress bucket?
Yes, I listened to it very
watching that time.
Yeah, I watched it.
Somebody is saying that perhaps your stress bucket was getting full, and then this so-called landlady now added to it, but you eventually got out of her house, and from what the way you are speaking now, it seems like you got delivered.
Yeah, I'm okay now. Yeah.
You're back on track now.
Yeah. It's just that I feel for what I'm saying with regards to this lady, it could be the combination of two. So and the ability for, I don't know if our own case, nobody's case is like ever over, but the ability to be able to navigate those two is very essential, especially as an African lady, because of our background, our foundation, where we're coming from. There's so much expectation. So the ability to be able to navigate those two things really help a lot, and we can never get away from it. So it's because the truth is this, even this mental problem stems from spiritual problem. Where I come from, they used to strike people with madness. I've seen someone that is very okay.
No, take it easy. Yeah, I'm not saying they don't strike people, but you said something just now, and this is what I'm trying to avoid. You are saying that mental problem stems from spiritual problem. Oyibo people suffer from mental problem. Is it spiritual problem? So we need no. We need to be careful. You are getting it muddled up now, and this is where the danger is. Okay, I'm not saying that they don't use spiritual whatever to make people run mad or whatever, but mental health does not stem from spiritual attack. Okay, maybe some in Africa, but Oyibo people suffer. They are on medication. They will tell you, even with my line of work, they will tell you, I've got mental health diagnosis, I've got bipolar, I'm on medication. Is it spiritual? So let's be careful. Okay, let's be very careful, so that, because there are so many we've got so many misconceptions about mental health. We are trying to move away from that. Okay, we are trying to educate people about mental health. We are trying to give people information. And when you say a statement like that, that's taking us a step back. So
okay, I understand. Yeah, I just wanted to throw the light on the possibility of that aspect too.
Yeah.
But nevertheless,
from all the information that we have, we don't know if she had any spiritual attack or somebody jinxed her from Nigeria. But Brother Stephen gave us a very good analysis that is very plausible. She came from Nigeria to go to medical school. The pressure, her father is a journalist, not being able to pay fees, marrying somebody for paper, is very, very plausible from Brother Stephen's explanation, because the police report that I read said she was driving without license. Even the car was not registered. So you see, she had life issues that was propelling her, coupled with being married to a man who was abusive towards her, a man that already assaulted the police and went to prison. So the spiritual one, we have no evidence, so I don't want to go there. But yeah, I mean, your own experience, yes. But for this lady, Peace, yeah, it was, from all the information we have, is based on life, traumatic experiences. Her stress bucket, it filled and overflowed. Yeah. You said something that marriage pressure was on it. Did your dad arrange a marriage for you, or what happened with that one? I'm interested to know about that.
My dad wanted me to get married because I wasn't getting any younger, and the one I had here did not work out. So but I was like, I'm just trying to get back on my feet. The man you're asking me to get married to, if he comes over here, who is going to like? It's going to be financially stressful on me. I
Was
cannot
the
do
person
the
in
right.
Nigeria? The man that
Yeah,
your
the
dad.
person was in Nigeria. I'm like, I don't even know this person. I don't know if when he comes there, because the first thing when the guy saw me, because I'm like really pretty and light skinned with all the curves and everything. So when he saw me, say, that he likes me, I'm so beautiful, I'm light skinned, doesn't like dark skin, and that was a
Who will not
turn
like
off.
you?
Yeah, and that was when he told me he doesn't like dark skinned girls. That was a turn off. I told him, I said, I'm not light skinned. Now cream, I make me light skinned. So the day that my dark skin will come out, we start looking for all the light skinned girls in America.
Was
Like
that
that
true,
was.
or you just said that?
But it's true now. We use the most of the creams here kind of turn you even if you don't like it. But it was not intentional. I had issues with my face, so I had to start going for treatment, and the treatment I was taking was making my face lighter.
So
Yeah,
your
so
price not for locum, it's boropose.
whatever. No, but naturally, it's not like I'm so dark, but yeah, no. So I was just giving my dad several reasons why I could not marry a particular person that he was asking me to marry, and some other persons too. But they are so focused on what people will say. Look at people are saying all this guy, but me, I'm not focused on that. I'm more focused on pleasing, making sure I'm okay, I'm emotionally ready for marriage, because sometimes we drag ourselves into marriage that we're not emotionally ready for.
Absolutely.
And I noticed that during my previous relationship, I was not myself in that relationship. It's like I was expecting, it's like I was not emotionally matured, so and in that relationship made me to be had to look inward and said, who am I? Am I emotionally matured? And those kind of things. So I had to do a lot of, self-reflection and research. So sometimes we dabble into things to please our parents and other people that we're not even matured for. And when we get into that thing, the consequences of getting into that thing affects us too mentally. So that could be another issue for it too. So it all stems to we looking at ourselves, looking inward to ourselves, if we are prepared for the things that we are seeing. Like Mr. Bo said, that if medicine is not working for you, you could go down a little to maybe nursing, because sometimes we Africans, we have so much ambitions. We have it's only in Nigeria you will see that
Nigerians
somebody,
especially.
they are so ambitious,
Nigerians
they
are
want
very
to
ambitious.
become big
Your
gates
parents are even ambitious on your behalf. They already plan your future. They plan what you read. They plan when you get married. They plan the number of children that you are going to have. Being in Nigeria is pressure on itself. Pressure. Being in Nigeria.
Yeah. So yeah, but listening to your program really helped me a lot, over the years. So I greatly appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Thank you, my darling. You see, these are the kind of testimonies that make us feel good, subscribers or no subscribers. For real. Thank you so much for sharing your own experience. Wishing you all the best in your journey. I pray that the good Lord will perfect everything that concerns you, both the spiritual and the physical and the mental. So the discussion around, I try not to get into controversy when I'm doing the show, because we can get carried away if we start to debate whether mental health is a chemical imbalance or is spiritual or is this, and I don't want that. And if we get into that, we will lose the whole point of the whole show, which is the lessons, how people can take care of themselves so that they don't even get to this point. So the whole point about talking about this show about Peace Ofoego is, life happens. How do we manage life? How do we navigate life so that, God forbid, it doesn't get to this extent? Because once you reach this extent, my people, it's only by the grace and mercy of God now. It's out of our hands. What are we going to do? Celine was asking, how can we help? What can we do? What can we do? Are we going to go to America and start looking everywhere for her? Even the people in America, when they see her, she's got rights. If she doesn't want treatment, she doesn't want treatment. What can you do? So some things are above our pay grade, and we understand that, but we can also learn lesson. As painful as it is, as traumatic as it is, please, the first step is that you need to learn when you are being triggered. Know your stress bucket. When it's filling up, the stresses in your life, start to distress them, reduce them. Yesterday, I went somewhere. Yeah, I went to this. I thought I was going for massage because I booked it a while ago to go. I didn't have time to go again because busy, busy, busy. So yesterday, I finally said, I'm going to this bath. Hey, Chineke. All of you are saying I'm looking good, but this looking good, eh? Now something custom. The way those Moroccan baths that I went yesterday, ha! First of all, I entered the place. They put me in a steam room for about 20 minutes or 25 minutes. All my pores open, my body steam well. Not only me, oh. I was even asking one of my friends that should come, we should go. She was doing shakara, so I went by myself. From there, I can't enter another room. They can't give me water or drink. They can't say make I lie down for this thing. It's like a marble bed like this. Now they carry something, scrub my body, scrub, and finish. Can't use soap, wash and. They can't put clay all over my body. Use clay cover because they have different type. They have the chocolate one, they have the detox one, they have the honey one. You go choose. Now tell them say I want detox. I never detox for a long time. Help me to detox my skin, my people. Now they remove all the dead cells from my skin. Come put me for scale. They go do front, oh. They go tell you this and that, you know, you wear a swimming trunk, oh. You go turn front, you go turn back. Now women they do am, not be men. No. I shall say if men on day, then na man go do am. Anyway, I can't stay there. Hey, I say God, see as life sweet. Meanwhile, as I dey waka go the place, I first see some small coffee shop. It's in the place is in Baker Street. Those who dey London go know where Baker Street, Baker Station. As I dey waka dey go the place, I had to take a train because no parking. You know, say London, I'm parking at Wahala. All the coffee shop where I see Oyibo, they will just sit down, which is normal. You will just see them. They wear their somehow white t-shirt, jeans, shorts. I don't see one do. I don't see one of our people. All the places that they relax, you know, they say our people for them. I call the think, I say, God, how I want to be like this. So walk. We don't even get time when we take the rest. If we no go walk, na church we go. Hey, see, I say, see now, see people. They relax. I say, okay. I call the plan for my mind. I think for my mind, I say, okay, what changes am I going to make sure that soft life, this life, I go take this. I'm telling you, I spent about an hour in that spa. By the time I was coming home, it be like I did waka for her. I was, and it bounced like this. I felt good. I felt so good. When I reach as I say, if I don't bath for 1 week, I'm okay. The way those women scrub my body, chai. After they don't put clay, I can't enter shower. Steam shower from head to toe, everything. Can't dry my body, change before I begin go out. And the money no plenty. It not plenty. So all those self-care, we need them from time to time. Whatever you like to do, some people know they like to travel. Me, I love traveling. I like going to the spa. Anything you like, you just need to do them. And then one woman talked to me some weeks ago. He said, I don't have friends. I don't have any friends. All I do is go to work and come home. And I go to church sometimes, but now I don't even go to church anymore because of the issues that she's having now in marriage or whatever. So how do you let off some of this steam from all this wahala that you have in your life? How do you release it? Maybe I need to do a show where we talk about letting off steam from that stress bucket so that maybe people don't get ideas of how they can distress. So we can begin to share ideas. Like I just shared one with you now that I went to a Moroccan bath where I went to release some toxin from my body. Now all of them come see me today. Now they say, Auntie B, you are shining. Now because I go bath. I go bath. And the money not plenty. This one, the money where they dash people every day for Nigeria, it plenty pass that one. Where? How much? It's not plenty. But we just need to make those conscious efforts to make sure that we are releasing stress, enjoying life. Make we dey enjoy, yo. Make we dey enjoy. People are so interested in this week. Diplomat, you like it? Okay. I have a video about it. No worry, I'll share it if you like it. Yeah. I'll share it so that you will get the discount. Just watch out. I'll post it this week. All right. Yeah, I did a video about it, but you know that they sent it to me. I just got it and did the video today. Yeah. So my people, let's learn to, yeah, I slept like a baby. If you see me, oh my God, one of the best sleep where I don't get. 10 o'clock, I don't enter bed. Meanwhile, we say usually the earliest I sleep is 11, 12. 10 like this because my body just make me. My body just sweets me. I don't climb bed. I sleep. I sleep. So the alarm go off. I set my alarm for 7 o'clock. It go off. I know here. When I wake up, I see say I don't miss alarm. Me miss alarm. Chai. Problem no dey finish. Make we remove some of this problem from our body. I sleep so I know hear alarm they go off at 7 a.m. Chai. It is well. Let's look after ourselves, please. You first. You see what they say on the plane? When you're on the plane, they will tell you that you need to look after yourself. If what do they call an airbag? That's where when they give instruction, they say something will drop. They will tell you put your own first. Even if you have a baby, put your own before you put baby on. Now, because you don't love yourself or you don't love your baby, which mama no love him pikin. But they no say without you, that baby no go survive. So women, you especially, look after yourself. Have a good time. Take time off. Rest. Do fun things. Brothers, especially men, black men are very susceptible to mental health problem. Depression is real. A lot of our brothers are walking around with depression. They don't even know. You just say that they vex. You just vex. You say, this man, he just vex anything. Para. Something is wrong. The stress of life is not easy. Now, God. But our people, we always they say, okay, let's pray. Prayer is good, but there are some other things that we can do to, add to it so that we'll be in a good mental and emotional, space. It's very, very important. For peace, like Brother Bill said, we can only pray for her. We don't have the resources to support her, unfortunately, but what we can do by sharing this video is to save another person out there from abusive relationship. That is what we can do. That is our number one focus. Anything that will save people from traumatic situation, abusive relationships. So live to live. Listen, I should they grave. Now, please, they walk up and down. Now, for America, they enter Oyibo house. You thank God say they never delete and say, oh, you know, say Americans, they know they play. They delete people anyhow. Abuse. They end well. I beg. That is all we stand for. Please seek help, speak out. No say what will people say? They will judge me. Oh, where am I going to start from? What about my children? If Nashi born all the 7 children according to the story we read, where are the 7 children now? The children they another state, she there another state, they walk up and down. Aimless. They wear trench coat inside sun. No, they bath, nothing. No food. The one they like, they feel pursue, they feel beaten, they feel do anything they like. So the one where get the spirit of God, feel say, okay, take this food or take this money. Picking when person born. All the hopes and dreams of the father and the mother, they send and go America. See where she did today. It is well, my people. Thank you very much for watching. Please like this video, share it if you can, subscribe if you've not subscribed. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. On Tuesday, we have Pastor Shola. And it's the same thing we are going to talk about. Abuse. How do we stop? How do we break the chain? How do we break this circle? How can we have more, more loving and more rewarding relationship? Somebody said something in one of the shows we did this week. Say, is there affection in African marriage? I think that's entire. So is there affection? Make it a date with us. On Tuesday, Pastor Shola is here. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you all for being here. Please like this video, share it, and I will see you on Tuesday night. If you like this hair, I will share the video with you this week. Just look out for it. Do you know that hair? I'll share it, then I'll tell you all about it. Yeah, it's really lovely, isn't it? Yeah, it's a new look, and everybody seems to be liking it more than that one. The other one. But change is the only thing that is constant. Yeah, this one I'm going to rock it for August. Thanks everyone for being here. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you. God bless you. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Like, subscribe, share. If you would like to share your story with us and you feel like your story can help somebody out there, reach out to us on WhatsApp or email. It's right there on the screen, and I will see you on Tuesday night. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Bye.